Hey!
How's it going, guys? We were just having an in-depth conversation about where one buys magic cards.
Yeah.
If there is a depot of some kind.
Magic Depot.
I go to cardkingdom.com, but I also like to support my local gaming store.
Isn't that nice? You should all support your FLGS. Welcome. Just while Tyler puzzles out that acronym, I'll go ahead and introduce our show.
The F is actually throwing me off a little bit.
friendly.
Oh, I got it. Oh, I
Thank you for the host, Double GXG.
thought it was favorite.
Hey, thanks for the host.
So, welcome, guys. This is Friday night. This is Saving Throw. This is us on NBC. This is Wildcards, and thank you for being here. Thank you for being here, guys. This is our Savage Worlds Deadlands Reloaded show. I am your marshal, Jordan Caves-callarman, and I've got a table. I don't want to say full because it's not a full table. It's a somewhat empty table. We are missing half of our cast because Dom and Gaurav are both at Gamehole Con. And Gaurav will be playing in a star-studded D&D stream tomorrow.
That's not an exaggeration either.
It's seriously some of the biggest names in geekdom and gaming. And then
got
also
Pat
Gaurav
Rothfuss playing?
Gulati.
Yeah. One of the future biggest names.
Yeah.
Thanks,
Wow.
Bisbee Karen.
Oh, wow.
I think he's starting off strong.
I shoot
Hey.
first 13.
I like our
Shoot
shootist.
first.
Thank you very much, guys.
Thank you.
I'm the shootist.
I shootist.
So they are not here, but we have one
should
person
say.
who's worth two people here at the table. Jordan
No more
Pridgeon.
than that. Yeah.
Jordan Pridgeon.
Amazing.
No, let's go around. Let's go around and meet our players. So we'll start here.
Crap.
We're gonna start with you, and I would like you to introduce yourself.
Gaurav, get back here so I don't have to start this.
Introduce your character, and then also, what is the scariest thing? What's the meanest thing that your character's ever done?
The meanest
Yeah.
thing?
What's the cruelest or meanest thing that your character has ever done? And we'll start right away. No time to think. With
Hi. My name is Meghan Caves, and I play Rosaline Byrne. She is the huckster, high-class escort. That pretty much covers it. She fights with knives. She does that too. And the meanest thing, you say? The
meanest
thing
or
that-
cruelest thing that she's ever done.
Meanest or cruelest thing she's
This is
ever
a
done. This
this
one's
is
It's gonna
brutal
get dark.
question.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is. I imagine. She when she was, just a little bit younger than she is now, not that long ago, really. She stole something from someone who.
Oh, you're getting real specific.
Yeah. And basically, she took this guy's all of his money because he was such an asshole.
Okay.
But that meant that his family could no longer live in their home anymore.
Okay, so she revenge stole a crap load of cash from someone and accidentally evicted an entire innocent family.
But she doesn't know that.
She doesn't
but
know
that's
it.
what
Oh,
happened.
so she doesn't think it was cruel or mean at all.
Nope.
Okay, but just universally,
Yeah.
she's a terrible person.
Well, okay, listen, she does a lot of things thinking that, this guy deserves it, but she doesn't necessarily think of the consequences for
Sure.
that person.
that
So,
does track
even
with
if that
Rosaline.
person is an asshole. Even if.
All right.
So that's what happened. But you know what? I'm sorry that I didn't have specific names and I couldn't tell you the specific story.
I mean, that's fine.
So
I gave you all
get
of
back to me
13
later.
seconds to come up with it. Right next to the person who
But he
ruined some children's futures, we have...
Hi, I'm Jordan Pridgeon, and I am playing the con man who is taking on the role of a preacher named Gabriel Pryor. And same question?
Meanest or cruelest? No, you know what? Your question is heads or tails.
Okay.
I'm
You know
kidding.
what? I'm kidding.
Meanest or coolest thing your character has ever done?
Okay, when he was young, I'm going to say 14 or 15, and kind of ran with not gangs, but more like young kids, street gangs kind of thing. A kid threatened him, so he sort of set him up to take a fall, and the kid ended up being killed by other people in the gang. And it was sort of more of a just get off of, get him out of the picture kind of thing. But I think Gabe regrets that.
Okay.
But it wasn't he doesn't think he was well, they overreacted.
Sure. I mean, how could you have known it was going to go that way?
Right? And I also think it wasn't that uncommon a thing to happen.
Yeah, kids in street gangs get killed all the time.
When you're like when you're like between 14 and 17.
A lot of the high mortality rate.
Yeah.
High mortality rate.
Yeah, you're basically an adult.
Yeah. You can be murdered without anyone feeling bad.
Yeah.
Right next
It's
to
18 something.
right next to the person who casually throws people under the bus, we have our guest for the evening. So introduce yourself. Tell us your character's name. Just that. And then the meanest or cruelest thing your character's ever done.
We should also say real quick, thank you, BSB Care, DJ Regular, and Bandana Girl for
Oh, yeah.
all the
Whoa.
resubs.
Yeah.
Thank you
Oh.
guys.
And double GXG for the hilarious bit.
Not just resubs, 1 year resubs.
Yeah.
For DJ Regular and BSB Care.
It's your anniversary. Congratulations, guys.
You have been subscribed for longer than Dom Zook has been subscribed to his own goddamn channel. He's
That's
only
true.
got 7 months.
That's true. So, guys, be sure and let Nick Levy, our very own Sun Growler, who is running things behind the scenes tonight, let him know who you would like your piece of cursed Spanish gold, your reroll with a twist, to go to at the table. Can't go to me, but can go to any one of these guys here. Thank you very much for resubbing.
Sorry, didn't mean to interrupt your
No,
introduction.
no, absolutely. I am a guest here, and I want to play by your rules. So these cameras are live, right?
Yep.
Okay. Just kidding. Hi, my name is Tyler Rhodes. You may recognize me from some other things I've done here on the channel. Tonight I'm going to be playing a character by the name of Andrew Bucholz.
Say that one more time for us.
Andrew Bucholz.
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 Got it.
Bucholz.
Frau Bluha.
Yeah.
Yes. Andrew is a gentleman who you will get to meet very soon in the future. The cruelest thing that Andrew has ever done, he abandoned his wife and child and fled into the frontier.
That's
Love it.
true.
That's real good.
And that's in his relatively recent history. So
Yes! Not too long ago, and to put a finer point on it, abandoned his wife and child and fled with his mistress into the frontier.
Love it.
Yep. So, well, that's our table of heroes. Nice to meet you all. Nice to have you all here. Let's talk about real
Good bunch of
quick.
heroes.
Guys, thank you for watching if you're there in chat. And if you're not there in chat, get here into chat soon. We'd love to have you, wherever you are.
Yeah.
Let's pretend I didn't say any of that. And I'm going to tell you guys that we are an independent channel. We do not have studio backing. We do not have a major corporation behind us. The only thing behind us is Zook Media. And spoiler alert, that's just Dom. So we run entirely based on your support. So if you are enjoying what you're seeing, if you're having a good time, if you want to support the channel and the work that we do here, please feel free to tip during the game. We very much appreciate it. You keep the lights on in a literal sense. These are tied to our computer system, and if we don't get enough tips, they just shut off in the middle of the game.
Yeah.
And as an added bonus, if you tip during the game, your cumulative tips go towards unlocking fun in-game rewards, some of which I see have already been unlocked. Thank you very much, guys.
Damn.
And then also, guys, you can toast. You can submit for a toast during Wildcards. So if you donate for a toast, everyone here at the table will raise a glass or a bottle or what have you and toast to whatever it is you want us to toast to, provided you are not a jerk about it. Please don't be a jerk. No one has been yet. Why break that trend? The first 5 toasts can be redeemed for 500 gold, which is the free currency you gain just by hanging out in our channel while we are streaming. After that, the next toast will be $5, and then $10, and then $15 and $20, and so on from there. So yeah, you can tip for that, and then just let Nick behind the scenes know what you would like us to toast to. And on those lines, we have some toast right now. But we'll wait. I'm gonna wait, because first I want to recap.
All right.
Well, can we acknowledge Garav's 69 bits?
We already did.
yeah.
We high-fived about it.
We
Did
did a
we
high
really?
five.
Yeah.
Where was I?
I don't know,
I
man.
don't know. I mentioned how funny it was.
Oh,
and
God,
a
it's
high
so
five.
funny.
Yeah.
Really funny. You can get it on the high five.
I don't know. The moment's passed.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah.
That's funny enough.
I don't feel like you should have given that to him.
Super.
All right, guys. So last week was our Extra Life Marathon and was the Halloween episode of Wildcards. So we finally met Jack of Nines, who had been tormenting Rosaline this entire season in more subtle ways than what he ended up doing, which was essentially tricking you guys into entering into the hunting grounds, which is the spirit world, chasing after him in the hopes of rescuing all of the town's children, which had fallen under some sort of mysterious sleeping malady. You guys followed him to the hunting grounds. You managed to navigate your way through his bizarre house of tricks and managed to deal with being replaced by malevolent spirits and all kinds of fun stuff like that, and were eventually able to figure out that all of this was happening inside of Rosaline's head, where Jack of Nines had taken up residence quite a while back. And you were able to use that to your advantage and defeat him.
And we managed all of this while being barraged by candy.
Yes, that did happen.
You, actually.
I always, whoever was working
I don't remember
It's
that.
him.
had some
For
great comedic timing, I would say.
And thank you, J. Matthew, for the sub.
Thank you very much, J.
Yeah.
Matthews 85.
Hey,
Welcomes. And you guys were able to escape. You were able to rescue the children. They all woke back up. And you were able to tell a tale about it and successfully convinced the town of your deeds, brought them a little bit of hope, and made things seem less dark and depressing in the town, which will add a legend fate chip to the hat. But since we don't have our full cast here this week, I've decided to hold that off until next game session, just so Tyler doesn't draw it and get to have all the fun that you guys are owed. I would hate to waste that on a guest.
We hate guests.
I feel
We
welcome.
hate them.
But
Thank you, Bandana Girl.
thank you very much, Bandana
Bandana
Girl.
Girl.
Thank you very much. So that is what happened previously. Let's saddle up. Let's saddle up. You
Oh.
did it. You waited.
You see that? You see
And you
me
did the
holding
fan
up
thing.
in
I
the
also,
hat?
but
Nobody
you did the
told
hat.
me I was supposed to keep my hat off.
It's cool. You're a guest. You're a guest.
Nobody ever does it. He only
It's a
did it
new
the first time.
thing.
Is it? Oh, okay,
Well,
good.
he
All right.
always says saddle up and then puts the hat on. And he used to
Ah.
take off his shirt and have the martial thing under it.
All of that stuff happens. Guys, we have some toast. Everyone raise
God.
your first
Okay.
shot glass. So
Oh,
I am
man.
toasting
Nervous.
beer because
Let's see
I'm
how
the
this
marshal, but
brandy
these
is.
guys are all going to toast some brandy,
This is
which just sounds
a
gross.
lot of brandy.
This is from BSB Care.
It's a fine drink.
A toast. Let's get Tyler nice and toasty with all these toasts.
Yes, it's important.
A toast. Let's get Tyler nice and toasty with all these toasts. Set them up and knock them down. Those are very full shot glasses.
That's pretty tasty.
The SOP.
Not too far down though, guys. Not
It's in
too
my
far down.
nose.
Another brandy? No, I'm just kidding. Beer now.
This is a toast from I Shoot First 13
Liquor before beer.
to all those crazy LARPers out there and one group of wildcards. Drink up.
To all those crazy LARPers out there
and one group of wildcards. Drink
Drink
up.
up.
Set them up and knock them down. Thank you very much, I Shoot First. We have a toast from Cortra. To Shelby and Ricky, 10 years found, 5 years bound.
To Shelby and Ricky, 10 years found, 5 years bound.
Set them up and knock them down. Thank you very much, Cortra. And one more. Oh, no, two more.
Two more.
This one is from DJ Regular.
Oh.
Rest in peace, Annie Oakley. May your shot remain ever sure.
Rest in peace, Annie Oakley.
May your shot remain ever sure. Set them up and knock them down. DJ Regular's toasts are always so respectful to legends of the West.
Yeah.
And Bandana Girl has a toast for us.
Banana girl.
Toast to that wonderful concoction which was so dearly missed last game. Breakfast soup. Toast to that wonderful concoction which was so dearly missed last game. Breakfast soup. Set them up and knock them down to breakfast soup. That most foul of soups.
Quite.
All right, guys. And we have a couple other things to get into, but first, before we do that, let's draw some fate
More
chips.
toasts.
Let's draw some fate chips. All right, so we're going to draw these here at the beginning of the session. Rosaline, you get 3 fate chips because you were just a normal person.
Normal old
Normal person.
3 fate chips.
I'll take these 3.
Crazy, right?
2 white, 1 red.
2 white and 1 red. Gabriel Pryor, you get 5 fate chips because you are a very lucky person.
In the hell is
deal.
going on
I
here?
know, I know. It's this whole thing.
The blue ones are the good ones, right?
The blue ones are the best ones.
The best one, yeah.
What'd you get? Did you take too many?
Nope, got
Okay.
5.
Damn, boy.
4
No
whites
blues.
and a red?
4 whites and a red.
Wow.
All right. And
Did you take the blues out again?
I didn't. I never do
The
that.
blues were just for Jordan.
Andrew.
Tyler.
Yes.
Or Andrew. Andrew Bucholz.
Buchholz.
You would get 3 fate chips, but chat has unlocked with their generous tips our honored guest. And since you are our honored guest, you get to draw an extra fate chip.
I'm
So you
also
get 4.
kind of
Bless your
Nope.
stinking hearts.
You
chat.
get 4.
You're a guest, but you're not honored.
That's it. You're right.
3 and to the 4.
All right, what'd you get?
Wow.
3 whites and a red.
3 whites and a red.
Okay.
Similar.
No blues.
And
That's the last
I
2 sessions.
am going to draw 1 for each of you present at the table. There's only 3 of you, so I only get 3.
Excuse me.
1, 2, 3. A blue and 2 whites.
Ooh.
Wonderful. It's like mine, except you got a blue instead of
Right,
red.
right. All right, so that's taken care of. And then also, we have some sub rerolls since everyone was so kind with these.
Yeah, so many subs today.
So Cursed Spanish
it.
Gold you
Dig
can
it, y'all.
use to reroll a trait or skill roll, but you cannot reroll critical fails with Cursed Spanish Gold. And anytime you use one of these, it goes to me and I get to use it. That's the curse. So
Can reroll critical fails
With
With a fate
with
chip.
fate chips.
Got it.
BSB Care, methinks that Tyler gets my reroll. He
Hey!
says. So that's for Tyler.
Merci.
Would he just think so?
That's Canadian.
Yeah.
So who knows?
No, it goes to Tyler. DJ Regular would like to give his piece of Cursed Spanish Gold to Megan.
Why, thank you.
Bandana Girl would like to give her piece of Cursed Spanish Gold to Tyler.
Hey, bandana girl. Mwah.
And
Bless.
J Matthews 85 would like to give their piece of Cursed Spanish Gold to Rosaline.
Oh,
Woo!
thank you.
Wow.
Wow.
That's a shot
Wow.
to the ego right there,
Well,
huh?
I've got one. And more fate chips.
Try not to read too much into it. Don't read too much into it. Thank you
I don't
again,
care.
Bandana
Thank
Girl,
you.
for the further
Oh, yes,
tool.
thank you.
Very nice.
And
Then
then
tip.
again, here we go. Let's just get things started off right because chat is on a roll tonight.
Damn,
we
Chat.
have unlocked
I
a
love
fistful
you.
of Cursed Spanish Gold for the
Thank
table.
you.
Oh.
So that's 3 pieces there.
For a few dollars more.
And we have unlocked a
like that.
draw. A draw.
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 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
There you go.
Gabriel Pryor.
Make it
Draw. And tell us what you got. How are you going to be wrecking my game tonight?
Lucky break! Thank God I had that silver flask in my shirt pocket. Play this card to completely negate the damage from one attack. This, funny enough, was the first card I drew on the first session and saved Tortlaw's
You
life
saved
for
Tortlaw.
that
Tortlaw
session.
almost got sniped in the head in the very first fight of the very first session and probably would have died, but you saved her
Yeah,
life.
and it also was a big part of my character because I threw the Bible in front of the thing. And
That's true.
For a long time, my cred as preacher was because I had a miracle Bible that had deflected a bullet.
Well, that and also the giant cackling joker that you called down from the heavens to scare away the gang.
That we didn't tell people about that.
No, but word spread. 2 more toast, guys, before we jump into the game.
boy.
Let's get these out of the way.
Okay.
Zook Media, whoever that is,
Who is that?
would like to
Sound
toast
trustworthy.
to James and Howell. They are the best of us.
To
To James and Howell, they are the best of us. Set them up, knock them down. We toast to lies. We'll toast to whatever you want us to toast
You know what
to.
someone should do? They should make a toast that's like, "Hi, Thomas is not at the phone right now. If you would like to reach him, please leave a message."
Don't listen to. We have another toast from the Bard
You
1971.
just record it.
Fortune flavors the brave.
Ooh.
Fortune flavors the brave. Set them up, knock them down. Makes you taste better if you're lucky. Thank you very much, guys.
Gracias.
I don't know if that's a good
And wow, okay. And chat, we have unlocked the second story tier,
Wow.
Yeah.
Whoa.
which is called Lucky Breaks. So, guys, for the remainder of this session, you guys can do one further thing with fate chips.
Oh.
You can spend them to get a minor lucky break. Subject to my discretion. So not anything major like, oh, it turns out that guy isn't even here.
Heart
but-
attack.
He had an aneurysm
Yeah, nothing like that.
and dies.
Just tiny bits of luck. Your fate chips are a little bit more powerful this session, all thanks to the kind, mysterious strangers in chat.
Thank you.
Thanks.
So,
Beautiful.
bookkeeping taken care of. Let's jump in.
All right.
Let's
Right.
jump right in. So, about a week and a half has passed since the events of Halloween night, or the first night of Samhain. And the town does feel a lot lighter. It feels different since you were able to bring the children back and tell the town what had happened. It's still a weird place, though. You know, it still doesn't feel entirely all right, but it feels a lot better than it has been feeling lately. So you'll take what you can get. Doc James V returned in his marvelous airship with everyone Smith and Robards' orders, or so you thought. But when he landed, it turned out he was empty-handed. In fact, Smith and Robards, for some reason that even he was not able to accurately explain to you, has been very busy with something happening somewhere else. And they are a bit short-staffed at the moment. So he actually was not able to load up the airship with all of your orders. Those are back at the nearest depot in Denver. So he came into town and recruited a few volunteers to help him go with him in his airship and fly and help load up your cargo and then bring it back to the town of Coldwater Creek. And that is what James and Howell signed up to do. He intimated maybe he would even give him a little bit of store credit for helping out. So they have left you to take care of that with Doc James V. You guys may not remember this in all of the things that have been happening these past couple months here in Coldwater Creek, but at the tail end of summer, the town was abuzz with talk of electing a mayor and finally having some sort of legitimate town government instead of the mishmash council that has been running the town for so long. And you had forgotten in the midst of, all of the weird demons and ghosts and whatnot that you've been dealing with, but the town has not forgotten. They are abuzz with activity, and you are seeing posters up all over town. Seemingly overnight, they just appeared, exhorting everyone to vote for Bucholz, who is someone you do not know and have never heard of or met, but you haven't met everyone in Coldwater Creek, so that's
not...
not...
If I do meet him, I will immediately stop interacting with him.
Yeah.
And make an effort to not continue to
Yes,
interact.
and I think that would be wise.
Yeah.
But the upcoming election is on everyone's mind and on everyone's lips. And real quick before we jump even further into things, last session, both Rosaline and Howell they failed their guts roll when they first encountered Jack o' Nines, and they both gained a mark of fear that permanently lowered their charisma by 1. Howell's hair went white in a streak, which didn't affect him that much. He's not a charisma-based person, but Rosaline took a little bit of a hit to her charisma. She still has more charisma than the average person, but on the fly, I decided that her face looked more haggard in moments of extreme emotion, and upon further reflection, I decided that was going to be very difficult to remember and to adjudicate, so instead, I have updated that to Rosaline has a haunted air about her.
A haunted air?
A little bit of her mind constantly remains back in that place when she first saw Presley Riddle explode into a rotten pumpkin man. A little 8-year-old boy explode into a rotten pumpkin man, and she's never quite able to shake that off entirely. So there's just this air of hauntedness about Rosaline.
We established specifically that Presley is okay, right?
Presley is okay. That was not actually Presley.
Great.
That was Jack o' Nines. He's fine. So yeah, you guys are about to head into town for the day. But before you do, we've unlocked another draw.
Ooh!
Right.
Yeah!
1, 2, 3, 4.
You could really use that draw, that card.
Oh!
Ups your charisma.
Rosaline,
Doggone it.
Yeah, no, I really could.
draw.
This one.
What there'd you get there, Rosaline?
I got mechanical malfunction. A device malfunctions in some way. Gun jams, bowstrings break, etc. The device can be fixed by a repair roll at -4 and 10 minutes work.
All right.
Yeah.
So I will remind you guys, these cards may not always come into play in a session. It depends on the way the players decide to go and if they run into any situations like that. But you guys are heading into town. It's a bright, nice, sunny Coldwater Creek day. There's nice crispness in the air due to the fall season. And the sun is still shining a little bit brighter. It feels good to be walking around in town. Although everything seems a bit empty in town right now. In fact, as you look around, there's not a whole lot of people going about their daily business, but you hear quite a buzz of activity coming from the center of town. Would you like to go check that out?
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's see. Actually, no.
Okay. What would you like to do instead?
Just going to hang out in the church, have a low-key day.
Clean.
Okay.
Do some cleaning.
All right.
No, I am. Let's go check out the buzz in the center of town.
Yo, hooks.
I would love to see what would happen if you just hung out in the church all day and cleaned.
I'm not going to stay here.
Attack of the dust mites.
No one will hang out in the church with me anymore.
No.
You got, yeah, that's because they don't want you to say anything to
It's a
them in
very
the church.
frustrating, lonely existence.
you walk a little further into town, around the corner, into the center of town, in the town square, typically set up for pronouncements or lynchings or, any manner of big public to-dos. And there is a large crowd of people gathered around what appears to be a somewhat hastily erected stage. And a man that you have never seen before seems to be giving some sort of impassioned speech on that stage. So let's see if we can listen in to the sound of the assembled crowd. That's them. They're not as angry as they might sound. This is just a general underswell of buzzing activity.
They haven't all decided to help each other.
Right. Yeah. There's no helping happening. And let's listen in a little to what this charismatic gentleman is saying.
I understand that it all sounds very strange. I'm new to this town, but what I have seen is the strength and the character of all the folks I've met. There's Jeffrey, who is a stables owner, who I met yesterday. And go ahead, wave your hands there, Jeffrey. Say hello to the folks.
Hi. You all know me. I run Enterprise Livery and Stables.
Yes.
Mr. Bucholz has been just the picture of a model customer.
Whoa, you're gonna make me blush.
Well, I know.
Oh, hold on.
I do mean it. Just a paragon of civility and kindness, and I would be happy to rent a horse or mule to him anytime. And I do mean that.
Jeffrey, you
Wow.
are the kindest soul I have ever seen.
Fuck that guy.
Right?
Now, it's going to be a bit strange at first, but allow me to explain. I am not, obviously, I'm not from Coldwater Creek. I come from out east. I was a mayor for several years before I decided to try my hand on the frontier, and I came here expecting a modicum of law and order, and instead what I found was, a large town of very, very wonderful, well-meaning folks being run by what is essentially an absentee government. I thought to myself, boy, Andrew, what can you do to help these fine people? And I'll tell you what I can do. I can bring my knowledge, my experience, and I can bring it to this town, and we can establish law and order. Now, I say order. That is a very important word. It's not some fancy word that folks say out east. No. This is something that everybody can have. And I can bring this to you. And what I need is your support. Now, Jeffrey.
Yes, sir.
Jeffrey,
Yes.
do I have your support?
Well, I haven't known him for very long, but he does seem like just someone that really has everyone's best interest at heart. I have to say, you do have my support. You do have my support.
Everybody
100%.
give Jeffrey a round of applause.
No, you are. You are.
Brought a tear to my eye.
Andrew, will you make a notice roll for me, please?
Absolutely.
Also, note real quick. I don't know if we've mentioned
Bandana.
J.
and
Matthews.
then James
I think
V.
all the last four we have.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
J.
Oh,
Matthews,
holy cow.
James
J.
V.
Matthews 85.
Thank you.
Thank
P.S.
you.
Be care.
Thank you.
For $10. James V. Thank you for the resub. That's
Yeah.
a year.
And James V
Wow.
would like
Yeah,
their
another
piece of
year.
Curse Spanish Gold, their anniversary piece of Curse Spanish Gold to
1
go to
year.
Rosaline as well.
Why, thank you.
And Bandana Girl
Yes,
for
thank
the
you.
$20 tip.
Yeah.
You guys are killing it.
Thank you very much, guys. You guys are great.
So this is like our 1 year anniversary then of being a partner on Twitch.
I guess so.
I guess it is,
This
yeah.
month. So thank you guys for hanging out this long with us and for continuing to sub. We
Yeah,
very much
all of
appreciate
these subs here, these are people who supported us immediately. They came in and they were like, Plonk, I love these guys. We love you back. So I know I'm in character sort of, and apologies. But yes, thank you for so much for your support. It
Yes.
means the world to us. You have no idea.
And their
No,
support
real great.
has
Really
unlocked
does.
another fistful of Curse Spanish Gold.
Thank you, guys.
So thank you very much, guys.
Jeez.
Anyways, Andrew, I had
Yeah.
asked you for a notice roll.
All right, that is an 8.
You get to. Oh, wait.
That is an
It's
8.
A D10, so never mind.
Yeah. Your notice is a D10?
Yeah.
Fantastic.
Holy crap.
You okay, so you rolled an 8.
Very
So
perceptive man.
you typically want a 4 for a success in Savage World, so an 8 is a success with a raise. So you
Bingo.
are looking around at the assembled crowd, just basking in their adulation.
Oh, and returning it tenfold.
You notice on the outskirts of the crowd a very attractive-looking woman dressed very well,
Yes.
and a man dressed in the vestments, or at least the loose assemblage of a preacher's
Oh
outfit.
boy. Well, ladies and gentlemen, if you could continue this applause and extend your kind welcomes to, I believe your name is Gabriel, yes? We have not met in person, but thank you so much for joining us, Gabriel.
At you calling attention to the preacher, the assembled crowd goes silent.
Yes. Yes. I understand. I have, as I mentioned, I have spoken to many of you, and I appreciate your coming out in public like this, Gabriel, outside of your church. It is a pleasure to be in your presence outside of the church. Now, this has been a problem that I believe that we have been meaning to deal with at Coldwater Creek.
I'm sorry, I don't mean to interrupt. But
Oh no, please.
I've just walked up on your little procession here, and I'm afraid to say that you have me at a disadvantage. I did not pick up your name.
Well, certainly. My name is Andrew Bucholz.
Well, both of
You can call me Andy.
make a smarts roll for me.
All right.
Rosaline, sure. Yeah, you too. You make a smarts roll as well.
I didn't smart so good.
You didn't smart so good. You got a 2.
You know what?
Oh wait.
I want to be smart though.
You want to be smart?
So I'm gonna smarts better.
So you're gonna re-roll, and because you have a lawn, you're gonna add a +2 to
So
your.
almost definitely smarts better.
Okay.
So it's a 6.
A 6.
Nice.
Your
Fuck.
smarts is a D12.
How do you have a D12?
Nice.
Fuck.
All right, a 9.
Ace, 10.
So
Haha.
a 10,
Oh boy.
a 6, and a 9. You all. So this is for you, Andrew. This is focused on Gabriel because Rosaline has not said anything yet. You both immediately recognize that you are in the presence of a kindred spirit of some kind, and you recognize that in Gabriel as well. You both, at the same time as you're introducing yourselves to each other, there is a moment when your eyes meet as you're getting each other's names that you both realize, son of a bitch. This guy is not who he says he is.
He knows how to play the game.
This guy, there is more to this guy than I was led to believe. And Rosaline, you realize that as well about Andrew.
We're all just like spots like.
There's that unspoken moment where there's like a long scene of dialogue, and then it's just kind of a shift.
It's like if you've seen the Kung Fu movie Hero.
Oh yeah.
Do you know what I'm talking about? There's a whole scene where these two people, like these two samurai meet, or not samurai, they're just like warriors meet, and they play out their entire battle in their mind beforehand, and they're like, all right, I know exactly how this is going to go.
It's a lot like that. And while we're paused, everyone raise a glass.
All right.
This is a toast from BSB Care, and we have Jordan Pridgen to thank for this. Dom is not at the phone right now. Please leave your name, number, and a brief message, and he'll get back to you as soon as he can. Dom is not at the phone right now. Please leave your name, number, and a brief message, and he'll get back to you as soon as he can. Set him up and knock him down. Dom, you can use that for free.
You're welcome.
When is the last time any of you guys have left a voicemail?
It's been a hot second.
In a while.
Yeah.
Every now and then I get calls. I'm like, I wonder if they're going to leave a voicemail. This will be a treat. And then they don't.
They don't.
I hate voicemail.
Pulling our minds back to the Old West. You two were just introducing yourselves to each other.
Yes. My name is Andrew Bucholz. You can call me Andy, of course.
Well, Andy, it's good to get to know you here.
Yes.
I hope that I will be seeing you in church this Sunday.
I will take it under consideration. I will definitely consider that. I thank you for joining me. I did have some questions that possibly you could help me out with. And forgive me, I'm new to this town. I don't understand the specifics.
Oh,
but,
don't worry, none, Andy.
Yeah.
This year's the preacher, Preacher Pryor, and his associate Miss Byrne. They's two fine, upstanding pillars of our community here in Coldwater Creek.
Is that a fact?
Yeah, in fact, a lot of us thought that maybe the preacher would have a shot at running for mayor, but he is a man of the church, and he's dedicated to his work. Up there there on the hill at the church.
Yeah.
Well, all I want is the good of the town for each and every one of you out there who are good, God-fearing citizens of Coldwater Creek.
Spoken like a true man of God.
Scattered applause.
Yes. If I may get some clarity on some things that I have heard, just to wrap my head around this, there is a family out there, the Holbrook family. Yes.
Yes. Shows that you're somewhat new to this town.
Yes.
That you don't know much about the Holbrooks, but
Well, I'm
sure
learning as much as I can.
I'm sure if you spend any time, as you start to spend time in Coldwater Creek, you will become quite well acquainted with the name Holbrook.
Yes. They it does seem that they were a bit notorious. I assume that your confrontation with the Holbrooks was done through the proper legal channels. Yes.
Well, when people show up on your door with flamethrowers, there are only so many things you can do with the laws of man, and sometimes you have to concede to the laws of God.
Well, it was that or letting the town burn, wasn't it?
I suppose so. I wasn't there. I just know that law and order is a tricky thing to maintain. And
Jeffrey pipes up.
yes, Jeffrey, you have something to say.
Well, you might not have been there, Andy, but I was, and many of us present here were. And while the preacher does he does speak the truth about Holbrook eventually showing up with flamethrowers, that wasn't exactly the way that the situation began.
You're kidding me.
Well,
There was a history before the flamethrowers.
a little bit, yes. You see, the preacher and his associates.
Yes, well, Holbrook had been something of an issue for the entire town for quite some time.
A nuisance, really.
Before things finally went down. And
So you had the opportunity to bring the authorities into this before the flamethrowers show up, is what
Have you
you're
met the
telling me.
marshal of this town yet?
Yes, I have. He seems to be a decent, upstanding man.
Oh, are you sure you met the marshal?
No, absolutely. His name is
Ethan Hurless.
Ethan.
A few people,
Mr. Hurless.
A few people in the crowd laugh at Rosaline's assessment of the marshal, but there are a few assembled who cross their arms and kind of touch to each other at the disrespect that she's showing a man of the badge.
Yes, he spoke to me about a deputy who he was having some issues with. I certainly hope that
Well, Mr.
that a
Bucholz,
deputy. Oh, please.
how the administration of the local law enforcement comes together is no business of the churches, but what I do have to say is that when men are ineffective, people have to turn to God, and we have found that there are many issues in Coldwater Creek that go above and beyond what regular people have had to deal with, as what has recently happened to the poor children of Coldwater Creek.
So things are getting a tiny bit debatey here, and I think we should move into the realm of the game of Savage Worlds and call this a social conflict.
Ooh, a PC to PC social conflict.
So let's begin here. It's been a while since we've done a social conflict. So what we're gonna do here, this is essentially a different kind of combat. We're gonna break this up into 3 rounds, and Rosaline, if it's okay with you, it seems like for your team, Gabriel Pryor has already been chosen as the spokesman for this side.
Now, see, I think even though like we're in opposition here, I think Gabe already kind of likes this guy.
Yeah, likewise.
Okay.
You know,
Duly
it's
noted.
sort of like, oh, cool. This is a tennis match,
Right.
that we're doing right here.
All right.
Spirit.
So what we're going to do is we're going to break this
We'll
in.
play dirty if we have to.
Right.
We're going to break this into 3 rounds. So each round, one of you is going to get the chance to present a point, and the other one will get a chance to respond to it. And then after both of those things have been made, we'll have you make a persuade roll. Every success and raise that you guys get, which will of course be modified at my discretion based on what you say and how you work the crowd, will count towards your side. And at the end of 3 rounds, whichever side has the most successes or raises will be the side who comes out ahead in this. Now, Rosaline, you have the ability to make cooperative rolls with Gabe. We'll give you not every round. Let's see. On evens, we'll let you help twice, and on odds, we'll let you help 1 time. Odds. Okay, so one of these 3 rounds, you're going to have the ability to chime in with a cooperative roll, whatever is most appropriate to you, and for every success you get, you will add a +1 to Gabe's roll for that round.
Okay.
So, let's go ahead and start this off. And I believe the last thing that was said was sometimes when man fails, you have to turn to God for help, as seen in the recent salvation of the children of Coldwater Creek at your hands. Mm-hmm. And then we will give the first response to our lovely guest, Andrew Bucholz.
Well, I believe that is a very kind of thing to say. And in fact, if I may be so bold, would you feel comfortable joining me up here? Perhaps we can address this crowd together and sort of work through some of these issues.
Well, of course, Mr. Bucholz. And I make my way up.
But thank you. It is a very difficult name. It is a German name. My parents were German immigrants, and I am tried and true.
I'm a simple Southerner, and
no offense.
I do not know much of the ways of the European man.
No offense taken, my friend. Now, you had mentioned that there was a sort of, I don't want to call it an aristocracy, but the decisions seem to be in the hands of a very few people. I myself believe that the general populace should have a say in the governance of this town.
Hear, hear.
Yes. And I am a man who listens to the common man. I will take your concerns and I will make them a reality. And if you wish to give your concerns to a small people who may have maybe perhaps their own interests at heart, then that is your decision. But as a politician, a career politician, it is my duty to take the concerns of the general populace and do the greater good for the greater amount of people.
All right. Does that conclude your point?
Yes.
Make a persuade roll for me, Andrew.
Persuasion. Oh, this is, I add +2 to this, right?
Well, your persuasion, you're going to add your charisma, your total charisma modifier to it.
Okay. Got it. 12.
So is that a...
Wait, you had to switch from very attractive to attractive, right?
He did.
Yes.
No, he has charismatic and attractive.
Charismatic and attractive?
I am both charismatic and attractive.
Yeah.
All right, well, then we're
look at that
evenly
smile.
matched.
Oh, are you? What's your
attractive,
persuade skill, Andrew?
Oh, it is a D10.
A D10. So you have a 12 total?
Yes.
That is a success with 2 raises. All right. So that is a grand total of 3 points to Mr. Bucholz. Preacher Prior, your response.
Oh, of course, I would never suggest that you have not come here to deal with to try and help the people of Coldwater Creek. I simply wonder if someone who has not spent any time in Coldwater Creek would understand what exactly the issues of Coldwater Creek are. A lot of us have come from the east back in the day, but if there's anything that's clear about Coldwater Creek, is it's nothing like the east.
Scattered chuckles.
Now, turning to a regular government type situation is useful when you have crime running rampant throughout your town. It's useful when you need to deal with local businessmen who are vying against one another. But when all the children in your town suddenly fall ill at once, and you find that there's no way to wake any of them up for now on a week, well, that's the sort of thing that only people who have dealt with life out here in the West can understand. That's the sort of thing that you need faith. And you need strength of character.
Amen.
To truly rise above.
Finish?
Yeah, that's it.
Make a persuade roll. And go ahead and give yourself an extra +2, both for appealing to their kind of, I guess, country centrism, and also for, reminding everyone about that little thing that happened just not too long ago that you helped out with.
I hope I got some credit from that. Ooh, ace on the 8.
Doggone it! Wow.
8 plus 6. So that's going to be an 18.
Wow.
I get a +4.
So that is a success.
I'm a snake oil
with
salesman.
that is a success with 3 raises.
Oh.
So that gives you a grand total of 4 points for the round. That is the first round of social conflict. Now, Gabriel Pryor, the ball is in your court. how would you like to begin the second round? And Rosaline, let me know anytime you want to jump in if you see an opportunity.
But of course, as you have said, you are a career politician. Something that we've all come to know and trust. So if you think that your interest as a bureaucrat is what we need here in Coldwater Creek, I am open to your suggestions as to how you would solve these problems. Now, God and the state do not need to be at odds in this situation, but if the state does not line up with God, well, I think we all know who the victor should be.
Scattered murmuring.
Thank you, Jay Matthews and Bandana
Oh my
Girl.
gosh.
Oh
Jay
my
Matthews,
goodness.
85.
Jay Matthews.
Whoa, loaded.
Thank you
Wow.
very much,
Girl.
guys.
Seriously,
Thank you for that
yes,
tip.
Thank
You guys
you.
are
Generosity.
You guys are amazing. Thank you
really,
so much.
really appreciate it.
Bless.
Does that conclude your?
It concludes.
Make a roll. I would want to give you a +1 for pointing out the career politician thing, but these guys, I'm trying to think. I mean, it is the Gilded Age, but I'm wondering if the widespread American cynicism regarding government is still a thing that exists. These are frontiers people. We'll give you a +1 for that. They escaped the world back east for something new.
Yeah. I mean, everybody knew what they were getting into when they went Wild West.
Yeah.
So that is that's a 3 + 4, 4, 5, 6, 7.
+1 for
Oh,
the career
you're right.
politician.
It's an 8, so it's a
Success with a raise.
success with a raise.
Okay.
But you know what?
What's that?
I want to win this.
Okay.
So
You're gonna
give it a
reroll and
reroll,
add
right?
2 to it because of your trait. All right.
Boy.
all right, 5. That's
That'll
5
do.
+ 4, 9, 10, 11, 12.
12. So that is a success with 2 raises.
Yeah.
3 points for Gabriel Prayer.
Let's give it a shot.
All right.
Furiously reviewing his notes.
Andrew, your response.
Yes. A career politician. That is a bit of a boogeyman, isn't it? What is this man's interest? This stranger comes in our town, tells us what to do. Well, you know what? Sometimes the thing that the towns need is a fresh set of eyes. And I tell you, I got the freshest set of eyes west of the Mississippi. And here's what I see.
Good vouch for that. They sparkle.
Here's what I see. I see a town in desperate need of strong leadership. It is in desperate need of modern, his hand starts shaking. Sorry. In desperate need to join the modern age. And
Age. It was age. He was
yes.
going to say age.
For example, some of you may know this. I came here from Denver, and I was surprised to see that there was no railroad links from the city of Denver to Coldwater Creek. Now, I thought, well, what happened here? Coldwater Creek is a bustling mining town with a large population of very smart, very intelligent, very attractive folks. Why would they have not sent a railroad line up to Coldwater Creek? And so I asked around, and you know what I heard? I heard that this group had upset the rail folks, and I believe Gabriel's name was mentioned as as somebody who had driven off the people who were intended to bring the modern age to Coldwater Creek. I thought, well, how did that happen? That is absence of leadership. That is an absence of leadership. They are chasing boogeymen. These, what do they call them? Exploding monsters? It's nonsense. Absolute nonsense. This is the modern age. It is 1855. Now,
79.
1879. We have all the luxuries that the urban folk have, we can have in Coldwater Creek and keep our rich culture and heritage. And I can bring that to you. Gotta cast off your superstition. Let the light shine.
Hear, hear.
In the streets of Coldwater Creek.
a bunch of dark murmuring and some sideways glances at the two of you at the mention of the chased-off railhead.
I say something in response to him to aid Gabriel?
Yes, and we'll let you start that this next round as your response. So that is your roll, right? Mm-hmm. Go ahead and give yourself a +2 for making some good points there.
I thought so. All right, so I add this and I add +2. 6 + 4 is 12.
Okay. That would be a success with 2 raises.
Success with 2 raises.
But you could always you can use your white fate chips to re-roll. You can use a piece of cursed Spanish gold to re-roll, or you can use a red fate chip to add a d6 to your total. But if you use a red fate chip in that way, it goes to me, and I get to use that fate chip.
Okay. I'm just gonna re-roll this.
With a piece of cursed Spanish gold?
Piece of cursed Spanish gold. I believe that I can make the impact. I flashed my winning smile. It sparkles.
You did. Oh man, so sparkling.
Oh my lordy!
That's an ace on a
ace.
d10.
Dang.
Oh my god.
13.
3
Shit.
plus 17, 18.
19.
19.
All told. So that is a success with 3 raises. So that is a total of 4 points for Andrew here. And real quick, guys, we have a toast from J. Matthews, 85.
J. Matthews, 85.
The toast is,
My new favorite sub.
I rolled a D100, and this is what you got. Keeping those lights on.
Hey!
I rolled a D100, and this is what you got. Keeping those lights on. Set them up, knock them down. Thank you very much for that, J. Matthews.
Oh, that's great. So that's why it's a 73. Well, thank God it wasn't a 2. No,
Also-
actually, a 2 would be perfect. A 2 would be great. But 73 is also pretty damn awesome.
Oh, wow. Okay. Also, guys, chat has unlocked the next story tier that will remain nameless for the time being.
God.
And chat has unlocked another piece of plot armor for you guys. So you still have 1 remaining, but now the grand total of plot armor pieces at the table, as demonstrated on our piece of plot armor,
So cute.
is 2. You guys now have 2
Thank
pieces of
you.
plot armor you can use. Thank you very much, chat. You guys are great. All right, so Andrew, the ball is in your court, but Rosaline would like to respond very quickly to make her before you have a chance to go back on your next point. Rosaline, what would you like to add or rebut?
Well, I hope it's all right if I say something here, as I am a part of this town as well. Mr.
Let her speak.
Oh, thank you, darling.
Jeffrey.
No, that wasn't Jeffrey.
That's probably not quite Jen.
Yeah, but hold on. Jeff.
Rosaline has a fan club.
Hold on. Why don't we hear what Miss Byrne has to say? I bet whatever comes out of her mouth is going to smell a lot prettier than what's coming out of these 2 gentlemen's mouths. I was just kidding with you. You guys are great.
You're so sweet. You're so sweet, Jeb, I think.
Yeah, that was Jeb.
I don't mind to interrupt, but being from the East myself, I'll agree with you. It's quite nice. It'd be wonderful to have some of those things here in Coldwater Creek. But I also have to say, as Gabe said, you've not been here. You've not experienced some of the strange things that happen around this town. So how would you hope to be able to govern something like that whenever there are exploding monsters of some sort that come into town? What would you do if you ran into that, even if you don't believe it?
Shall I respond?
Yeah, I'll give you a chance to respond to this, just very briefly.
Yes. I would be amazed to see these exploding monsters. Vicious exploding monsters.
And I'm not the only one who's seen them.
Oh, I'm
So
sure.
to assume that such a thing is not happening is a bit rash of you to say in front of
Yes.
all these fine folks
Jeffrey
here in town.
pipes up. Well, who exactly else has seen them?
Well, Miss Ludi has seen them.
Oh, would that be the wife of that man that's palling around with the preacher and your friends lately? The wife that, as far as I last heard, has recently gone missing under mysterious circumstances?
And how do you think she went missing?
Well, I hadn't heard, but
Well,
are
perhaps
you...
she was killed by exploding monsters.
Well, perhaps she was.
Let's not rule that out as a possibility.
And everybody chuckles a bit in the crowd.
I
Rosalind,
helped.
will you make a persuade roll? But give yourself a -2 for this persuade roll. You can still help out. But just give yourself a -2 to your persuade.
I keep wanting to drink this.
You can drink it without
You're allowed.
toasting.
Am I allowed to drink?
Yeah. Can you toss me another beer, by the way?
I know.
So that's a 4 + 1 for your charisma,
Yeah, so it would
-2.
be, well, it would be a 5. So
Okay.
I just give
Out of beer.
+1.
I know, me too.
I want to reroll.
No, that
Silver
would be a
bullet.
3 total.
Wait, I'm sorry. -2 + 1. So
Yeah.
-1.
Oh.
Right. I got confused. I did it the other way around.
You're re-rolling.
I can give you this.
It's okay,
That's
I
a
got it.
2.
It's open.
Oh dear.
I want to reroll.
You're gonna re-roll.
I'm
Oh,
trying to
another
be
piece of cursed
helpful,
Spanish gold.
and
Okay.
I'm only making it worse. Holy shitballs. I want to use one of these.
Okay, another piece of cursed Spanish
God
gold.
damn it!
Man, my cup runneth over back here.
Oh boy.
All right. Well, you know what? I don't help. I am just making it worse.
Are you sure you don't want to spend another piece of
I'm
cursed Spanish
making it
gold?
worse.
Or use
Straight
your
up.
red fate chip to add a d6.
Making it.
I
that's
think-
actually a good idea. I could do that. I mean, not
Sure.
that you can't.
I mean, I have an idea of how to take the conversation from here.
How to not make it worse.
So that would be a
4 was my highest, so it'd be a 4.
4. So that is 1 success. So Gabe will get a +1 to
You're
his next
welcome.
roll. It is not Rosaline. As
happens.
successful a
Yep.
conversation.
Welcome to
oh wait,
our
hold
world.
on. Here he comes.
Oh wow! Is this season 1, guys? What's going on here?
It was going so well.
Yeah, you always think that.
Hey!
Here, I'll get some.
We
right.
know how it works. You guys see me do it without a funnel?
That was pretty
I'm
cool.
fucking pro.
That was pretty.
I know. I was pouring from a can.
In fairness, it took us a whole season to figure out how to do that, but
I'm more drunk.
we're gonna grab a paper towel real quick. So
Wait.
that's gonna be a +1 to your next roll, Gabriel.
Okay.
This is the final round of the social conflict, and Andrew,
Yes,
it is going to start with you.
All right.
Make
Wait, didn't he already roll his?
no, he completed
that
the
was a
last
response,
round,
right,
and this
got it.
is the beginning of the final round. So the final response is going to be yours, Gabe. But Andrew, first you have the chance to make you feel like you have the room and the space to make one final point.
Wait,
here.
but didn't he say
started.
something and she responded?
No, that was her second. That was her little interlude to do a cooperative
Hail
roll for
for
you.
I haven't said anything since he said the stuff about the railroad stuff.
Yeah, he
Right.
said a thing, and then I.
Yeah, so he began.
So he gets another thing?
Hold on. He began, and then you responded.
I did not respond.
You did
Okay,
at the very
yeah.
beginning,
Yeah.
and then you began, and he responded. So now he begins, and you respond for the final round.
Got it.
Right.
So it kind of like you get 2 in a row.
Because I was going to say a thing about the
Because
children. too.
I've got stuff set up from what he just said. and
Okay,
I'm
well,
gonna
I
have
mean-
to
I was
lose it.
You could pepper that in. I mean, I don't know. This is an approximation of a social conflict of a town debate, a stump
This
speech.
feels like the presidential debate. We're like, okay, but can I go back to the point that he just made?
Yeah,
Because
and hold on, I just want to say, for the record, I love children. No one asked me about that, but I just want to say. All right, so Andrew.
Yes. Question for the marshal. This
Yes.
is a little bit metagaming.
That's me.
How hard should I go here?
Make a notice roll for me.
All right. Yeah. 6.
Wow,
You noticed good.
you noticed real well.
9.
9.
9 times.
I mean, how could you not notice well with those kick-ass gravity dice right there?
oh, they're so good.
The
God, I love
assembled crowd seems almost split right down the middle right now. People, a lot of people are listening to you, but more people than you would like are listening to the preacher. You definitely have not won them over,
I haven't won them over.
and you feel like you have one more chance to do what you can.
Okay. All right.
But before we see what it is Andrew's going to say, we have another toast from Bandana Girl.
All right.
Yeah,
Thank you for giving me some time to prepare.
Bandana Girl, thank you for
To gird my
the
loins.
$27 tip. Did we mention that one?
We did
Oh,
not. Thank you very much,
Thank
Bandana Girl.
you.
Bandana girl. yes.
Bandana
Bandana
Girl
Girl.
would like to toast to an overflowing beer.
To an overflowing beer.
Set him up, knock him down. I don't know what Bandana Girl is
Yeah, yeah.
referring to, but
Is that another brandy?
We will edit that
Well,
out.
okay, now I've got to...
Oh, I want that.
I poured it.
I did
I'm
notice.
taking
new,
But
wait,
it's
are
not
you guys
debating.
doing a retroactive do-over of that last toast and doing a shot of
Do
brandy?
you want...
Yeah, yes, please.
this
that's
will be
what
their
I was
next
gonna
one.
do.
As we head into
I
the
don't know if there's going to be another toast. This is kind of late in the game.
Yeah, I know.
as we head into the final round of social conflict,
Well, to political enemies.
Oh, they're just
Political
gonna do
enemies.
it.
Yeah,
little civility,
Wow.
we're all friends in the end.
politics.
Incestuous.
That's actually like pretty damn good.
Yeah, I know.
It's better than
Brandy
a lot
is
of
kind of
those we
tasty, guys.
It still burns.
It doesn't have that edge.
Rare blend, extra smooth.
This is like
Oh.
the most expensive brandy you've ever found
Top shelf brandy.
at Ralph's.
Look
Yeah.
it up. VSOP.
All right,
Yeah.
I'm trying really hard to keep
Sorry.
in mind the things that Tyler has made points debate-wise.
Send us your
I have-
sponsorship money, VSOP Brandy.
I have notes that I've been taking.
All right.
Great.
all right.
All right, Andrew.
All right. All right, thank you. And I will say again that I am honored to have a man of the cloth sharing the stage with me. Truly, your religious fervor is quite apparent. I do find it interesting, though. And this is, I've had several conversations with Jeffrey, among other folks. Jeffrey,
Yes, sir.
how much have you donated to the church?
Myself personally, I'm only able to attend church sporadically,
Yes.
as my job at the livery requires a good deal of my time. The
yes.
horses don't observe the Lord's Day.
Isn't he great?
But I was raised that it was my Christian duty that I should give and give freely of my money to the church for the betterment of the church, the town, and the good Lord himself.
Yes, this is a story I hear over and over when I speak to people. They are good, God-fearing people, and they give generously to the church. Surprisingly generously, for certain people, especially considering the rough conditions that they live in. They have been very generous to the church. Now, Jeffrey, if I may bend your ear,
Of course.
what charitable efforts have been made by the church to help you out?
Well, I can't really think of any off the top of my
Really?
head. Well, yes.
Makes one wonder where that money is going, doesn't it?
Well, I guess I never stopped to think about
And
it.
you, Miss Sally, pretty Sally.
Yes?
Yes. Have you had any assistance from the church?
No relation to the marvelous Miss Sally Trenton. Why, yes, my family and I give very frequently.
Oh, very nice. You're so generous.
Oh, well, I mean, we do so love the preacher's sermons and
Yes.
want to support the church.
And you have seen some sort of reciprocation from the church, helping out the poor, handing out bread to the less fortunate.
Well, the preacher says that the church funds are going towards the beautification of the church and the furthering of the church's influence in the community and things of that nature.
So he's raising up the house of God above the literally above the town. This is
Oh, well, when you put it like that.
That's very troubling, isn't it? Boy, I tell you, it makes me question, preacher, if I may say, it makes me question certain aspects of your practice here, if I may call it a practice. I know that's not the word for churching, but that's what I'm going to use, and I'm going to stand by it. I'll double down. And I understand that there are some who are, and this is uncomfortable, there are some who are within the preacher's circle of friends who may have a occupation that doesn't necessarily lend itself to being particularly God-fearing.
A lot of murmuring in the crowd at that remark, and questioning glances and looks from people, and Rosaline, a couple of uncomfortable, furtive glances in your direction.
I just stare straight ahead.
What is he talking? I don't. What is he saying? I don't quite understand.
Now, as I say, I am very new to this town, but I will tell you, it is quite troubling. It is quite troubling to me.
Give yourself a +4 to this roll, because while rumors have been bandied about what it is the church does with its money and what specifically Miss Rosaline Byrne does in connection with the church, they have always been backroom, quiet, whispered rumors. But hearing it presented by someone broadly in the light of day kind of puts it in a different light for a lot of the assembled crowd, and you, both of you feel a lot of uncomfortable eyes on you, so make your roll, Andrew.
Fresh set of eyes is all it is. I'm simply the messenger, you know? Oh, balls. That's unfortunate.
That's a 3.
All right.
What's a 3?
3 plus 4, but
Yes.
well,
Well,
plus 8.
plus 8.
Plus 8.
Plus 8. Jesus
Um,
Christ.
Christ.
well, you know what? I will give it 1 reroll.
Okay.
And no more than 1. I don't
Okay.
want to be greedy. You all have been so generous, and I would hate to.
I don't know what he's
See,
talking
he's
about
gonna
with
waste.
re-rolling, but he's so charming.
Night, Steve.
Night
There
Steve
we are.
and BSB Care, thank you.
Thank you,
Slightly
guys.
better. So it is plus 8, so 14.
A 14. So that is a success with 2 raises.
We should take this into the church.
Yeah.
All right.
That would be a little broken.
Gabriel Pryor, your response.
Gabe smiles, and looks down and shakes his head. I remember when I came to town, I was always a man of God, so superstition wasn't something I took too importantly to mind. There's a lot of heathen thoughts that, well, men of God should know that God is protecting them from coming from the east, coming from the cities. It's easy to believe that a lot of what people think out here in the West is superstition. And then you run into a situation where someone tears the heart out of another man, or someone possessed by what seems to be a demon rips off the arm of someone else in town. And these things, they seem insane to people who are not from Coldwater Creek, but we who have lived here, we realize that they are part of life. And there are things that happen out here in the West that would curdle your blood if you lived in the East. Now, I may not have lived here my entire life, but then again, who in this boomtown of boomtowns has? The church I showed up in was something of a dilapidated ruin. The preacher who had taken the place before me had disappeared mysteriously, and is not the only person to have disappeared mysteriously from Coldwater Creek. In fact, I would say that mysterious disappearances are something of a way of life around here. Now, we can have as many strangers as we would like show up and talk about how things are done in the cities with their railroads. But what I see is these railroad men showing up and fighting in our streets, slinging their witchcraft back and forth between each other and killing those who get in their way, while the people of Coldwater Creek simply get caught in the crossfire.
Dark whispering at the mention of the term witchcraft, and Rosaline, once again, 1 or 2 uncomfortable looks from just a couple of people in the assembled
Just
crowd.
Archie.
What?
I said just Archie.
Just Archie.
Archie.
There are many of those who would call God a superstition. But I like to think that the people of Coldwater Creek realize that that's not true. They've given generously because they realize that the church that we have and the congregation that we have needs more. Build up the town. And if I have ever compelled anyone to give more than it is that they are comfortable to give, well then may God strike me down. Because I have only appealed to the good nature of those in Coldwater Creek. Now, if you have ideas on how to improve and fix this town, then I am excited to hear them, because the good of Coldwater Creek is all that I care about. But if you think you can walk in here and treat us like one of your big eastern cities, well, then I would say that you've got a thing to learn around here. And then Gabe walks off the...
Okay. Now,
Lord
Lord
Darwell
Darwell
Zookington.
Zookington.
Thank you.
Thank you very much for the tip.
Thank you.
Now I have one question,
Yes.
Gabe, before you make your roll. When you mentioned arriving in town and the and inheriting a dilapidated church. Was that in reference to where the money's going for?
Yes.
Okay. All right. So you get a +1 from Rosaline's aid. I was inclined to give you an additional bonus for what you were appealing to, for how you were appealing to the crowd, but for 2 reasons I cannot. The first one is you can see in the faces of the assembled people that they were really hoping you would deny the sort of sly allegations that were made against your constant companion, Miss Rosaline Byrne.
He didn't say Rosaline specifically.
He
It could
didn't.
have been about James or Howell.
Yep, it definitely could
How about
have.
that? That's when he gets 2 speeches before me. There's a lot of things to counter.
Right? And so there's that. And also, unfortunately, the thing about the church is a provable falsehood, because the church had actually just been renovated when you first arrived in town.
Was it?
It was. That was everyone talking. They had just all been talking about how they had spent all this money on the church, and then the preacher disappeared, and what a waste
Then
it
it caught
was.
on
remember
fire.
that.
And
So-
it didn't catch on
It
fire.
caught on fire.
It didn't catch on fire. The church was
boy.
actually spared from the conflagration, so I can only
Probably got
give you
some
a
dirt on
net
it.
plus
One of those
1.
exploding
All right,
monsters,
all right.
perhaps.
Okay, let's
All right.
see how this goes.
He said
Here we
it.
go. Oh, there it
Oh,
is!
that's an ace on the D8.
Ace, the 8, 8, 9, 10, 11.
many
Can we
pluses do you have?
remember what he got?
I don't remember.
I get +4.
He got a 14.
Including mine.
Yes,
My
a 14.
one.
That was it.
Oh.
6 plus 8.
So I get a 5.
Yeah, so you have a 16.
So that's a 16. And you know what? I'm going to add a D6 to that.
Oh, as a blue fate chip, you're going to spend this white fate chip.
Yeah,
Oh, boy.
I am.
Lord.
I get to add a D6 +2 because I've got fucking style.
Swag, bro.
And
Look
I've
it up.
got Elan.
We're going to say that this is represented by your mic drop move to walk off the stage at the end of what it is that you're saying.
Yes.
Dropping the fan.
It's only a 1,
that
but
is a
it's
1.
a 3.
Okay. So what is your total altogether?
8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19.
19. So that is a success with 4 raises, just 1 point shy of a 5th. So that gives you
Damn it!
4 points.
I just got a higher roll.
Now,
You did a great
Don't
job.
blame yourself.
before I do the final tally and let you know the crowd's opinion, let's raise a glass.
Oh,
Oh,
Woo!
I was already
Alrighty.
doing that.
BSB Care would like us to toast to VSOP Brandy. We're cultured and we drink good stuff. To VSOP Brandy. We're cultured and we drink good stuff. Set them up.
All right, I
gonna
think.
send that
Wait,
to
wait.
them, right?
I'm not. Give
gonna
me
send-
the brandy. I mean, they toasted to the brandy, right?
I know.
Just a little.
We would be remiss.
It'll be like a half shot, right?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
That's perfect.
Just a,
Yeah. We'll make
What is it with guests and us getting kind of drunk?
It's
I don't
just.
know. God damn it, Tyler.
It is appropriate.
Throwing candy at us 1 week.
I mean, remember the Kelsey episode?
Did you guys?
Yeah.
Come on, what the fuck was up with that?
It's hard to not drink with Kelsey.
Hold on, because we have one more toast. So
boy.
on that note, from
Okay.
Lord
Isn't
Domwell
Kelsey
Zookington.
great, guys?
We have to finish this toast
Yeah.
first.
Lord Domwell Zookington.
Oh, this is. We'll toast to that with this.
This is
Okay.
actually Dahmer.
We have
don't
to
know.
take 2
Let's find
drinks,
out.
though,
Yeah,
to
right.
make it proper.
Keep on keeping on.
Keep
on
keeping
keeping on. Set them up and knock them down. That's okay if you can't reach mine. I'm all the way over here. Thank you, Lord Domwell. Chat has also unlocked the final story tier,
Yeah!
You guys are great.
which is called Divine Intervention.
God!
Oh!
God
that-
is going to come
Oh,
down.
shit, that's
as
kind
an
of-
NPC.
That could be good or bad.
Right.
They want to know if I have any other tiers prepared. I haven't because I wasn't expecting this.
It's the Tyler effect. It's,
Okay, I'll do this.
boy.
Phew.
I want the Tyler effect, please.
For
Oh my God.
That's his
I'm going to
skill.
gift this episode.
guys,
so hard.
I will say at $300, I will unleash an ice storm.
What?
What?
No,
An
wait.
ice
Wait,
What? I
the
don't
Christina
know if this
Ricci
is a good
movie?
idea. What? Oh,
It's like
a movie.
October, right?
I will unleash an
Yes,
in-studio
November.
ice storm.
Oh boy.
What?
Son of a bitch.
I'll do it
For what? For,
at
for
$300, but it won't be
At
just
$300?
focused on Nick Levy.
Oh shit! That kind of ice storm. Oh wait.
We're at 300?
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh
what?
shit.
Oh
Lord
shit!
Domwell Zookington put us at
Oh
300.
shit! Wait, who?
Oh, John Well.
Wait,
Oh, no. What have we promised?
you did just, but a second ago it didn't say 300.
I did before that last toast.
Well, I'm a man of my word.
All right. I don't know what this is.
Okay.
God.
Shit, guys.
Sorry, Tyler.
Of course he showed up.
Oh, God! No!
We're here to role play, people.
Too
No. No.
much. Is
You
that all?
monsters!
You were just ready. You were ready for a back and
always
forth.
Oh my God! And I was at the convenience store on my way here, and I was like, I bet you Jordan wouldn't be.
How ready are
I
you?
mean, I still owe Nick a revenge at some
Yes,
point.
I've been
No,
waiting.
no, that wasn't me.
Oh, it was
No,
you.
no.
It was me.
That was the marshal for sure.
Okay,
That
guys.
was here.
Guys, here's the deal. I am going to ice every one of the players at the table. Nick gets off free for this one. Hold on. I'm going to throw out a straw poll, though. And I'm so sorry, guys.
Damn it!
Nick, do you have the ability to make a straw poll real
Yes,
quick,
I-
if it's a simple
yes.
one?
Yeah, I can.
If we hit
My
three,
last is, do you have enough ices for all
well,
of them?
if we hit
Nick
300,
has one prepared, of course.
Because I can make
Always
sure
comes
you have one for
prepared.
all
if we hit $350 in tips, rather than one of these guys getting iced, they will have to chug the very last German monk
It's
liqueur.
German.
I love
I'm gonna
those
throw
things.
that out there.
So vote for me.
I am intrigued.
These are very potent.
well.
And last time we all had a tiny bit, but whoever you want to punish the least, or the most, actually.
It's actually
I like
not
that.
If
bad.
we hit 350,
This is the
Nick will
berry
put a straw
one.
poll in chat,
berry
and
one.
you guys can choose which one of these three has to drink the German
then who has to drink
Heidelbeer,
those?
the other two.
Oh boy.
If not, then here in a little bit in the session, Nick will donate one of his ices, and we will ice everyone here at the table.
Wonderful.
So I'm just
If
going to leave
not
those
what?
right here.
I gotta
If
take my
not-
son to karate tomorrow.
I've got to be missing
Some
tomorrow.
karate? That's so cute.
All right, guys,
He is. He's
That
it's
is-
very good.
jumping back in.
Oh,
Jumping back in.
Canuck!
RJ Canuck.
oh, RJ Canuck.
Guys, we're
Well, we're halfway
We're
there.
halfway there.
Living on a prayer, guys.
Nick, go ahead and get that straw poll filled up. All
Thank
right.
you, RJ Canuck.
done right now.
So the crowd kind of is eyeing everyone here. Gabe and Rosaline, the crowd seems to be on your side, but there's an uncomfortable amount of people that are not. It seems like, for whatever reason, this charismatic stranger's words have broken a little bit of the spell that the townsfolk at large seem to be under since your arrival in the town.
This fucker.
Can I say more things?
No,
or-
we're
God
we're
damn it.
concluding it now.
God damn it.
The final
appreciate
score.
it now.
The final score is Gabriel Pryor, 11 points in the social conflict, and Andrew Bucholz, 10 points in the social conflict.
Oh, shit!
Oh man,
Shit!
I used fake chips.
So
That's my whole thing.
Our
I guess I'm not as persuasive as you because you've got the D10 going on and you're +4, but I've got fake chips
Right. That
up
is
the
true.
wazoo.
He's
You
lucky.
have power.
So
of-
you were able to maintain your good reputation in the town, but not without cost, and not by anywhere near as wide a margin as you would have hoped for. And Andrew, though you are disappointed to see that you were not able to win over all of the crowd, you can definitely see that you have done a lot to change the tides here, and you'll take that. The preacher walks off the stage and joins up with Rosaline. Are you guys intending to go about your business and leave this scene?
Well, I imagine,
Sure,
yeah, if we were out, we were probably out doing something else.
All right, so they turn to walk away.
I'm starting to plan my sermon about Caesar and the Pharisees.
Okay. Now, Andrew, you can let them walk away.
Oh yes.
Or if there's any sort of parting shot you wanted to get off, you can do that now. You don't have to,
We
Yeah.
get a parting shot.
but you can.
Well, no. I will take the high road, and I will thank you, Preacher Gabriel Pryor, for joining me on this stage. I know it is an uncomfortable conversation, but if we are to build a strong central democracy, and holy cow, looks like we're getting iced.
James V. 1971, thank you very much
Holy
for the tip.
crap! Thank you for the tip.
If we are to build a stronger, better Coldwater Creek, then we are going to need all hands on deck.
Hear, hear. Hear, hear.
So thank you, Gabriel.
Well,
God bless.
I cannot agree with you more on that account.
All right, so you guys walk away. And while Nick puts that straw poll up in chat,
It's up.
it's up. All right, while everyone votes on that straw poll to see which one of these people is going to be downing the Heidelbeer instead of the Smirnoff Ice, you guys, I don't know if you want to continue going about your business or retreat to the church at this point.
I think I would argue going back to the church.
Okay.
At this point.
So let's catch up with how you two were feeling after that interaction.
Seems we have someone we need to speak with a little bit more privately.
If there's anything that's clear to me, it's that he is not at all what he seems. But then again, you can't call that sort of thing out when.
You can't, but we can use it. I bet if we get to know him a little bit better, there'll be plenty of dirt we can use against him.
He might be someone we could use to our advantage here in the town.
I quite agree. I think this will just be a moment, nothing more than that.
I'd considered advancing my own political aspirations, but perhaps, whether it works out or not, this man could be of use to us.
I agree. Do you think it'd be better to try and go against him and run as mayor as well, or just let him
He
burn?
knew how to use his words.
He did.
But he's not from around here, so who knows if a couple of days in Coldwater Creek will turn him off. I mean, our second day here, we found an exploded corpse in an alleyway.
Quite right. I wonder if we should help with that, or maybe we should spend time just getting more information on him.
I think that's exactly the way we should go. The more we know, the more power we have in the situation.
Quite. I think this might actually be quite helpful to us.
Could be. And of course, no politician is going to be incorruptible.
Oh, no, quite not.
Topical.
Right?
All right. So you guys go about your day doing whatever it is that you guys do. I assume
We're
just
making the church better.
count your money in the church.
I'm also working on my
Stacks.
sermon,
Okay.
which has stuff about like give unto Caesar that which is Caesar's and give unto God that which is God's, and it's just like
topical,
loaded up with stuff about the Pharisees and all this stuff in the Bible that's like, oh, the government thought it was great, but they didn't give a shit about God.
I would have a few clients that I would be seeing, and I would also be just kind of chatting people up and getting more information, but in a very careful way.
So here's my question.
Okay.
After everything that happened in the town square, are you going to go see your clients today?
Yeah, I have nothing to worry about from them. That's already. I have enough information on them to keep them quiet.
Sure. But just with the
still might
aspersions
be a
being
little
cast on
risky.
you.
Rosaline is arrogant enough to do that.
Sure, but that's not her hindrance.
Now I, on the other hand,
And I would say yes, she is probably arrogant to do that.
Can I? We've talked about this though.
Sure.
Can I talk about that?
We haven't on stream talked a lot
haven't
about
talked-
how it is you run your business in town. So let's talk a little bit
But
about
what I'm
that.
talking about is that this character has come out very arrogant. We've actually discussed changing her major hindrance. Is what I'm talking about because of that.
Yeah.
She is curious, but she does behave a bit more arrogantly. Different from overconfident, but arrogant, not necessarily
I
overconfident.
think I'm pretty overconfident, right?
Yeah. you're
Yes,
overconfident.
I would say.
Yeah,
But we have talked
I
about
get that
this.
impression.
You walk into every situation like
Which
you're
is
going to win it.
Something that we are considering changing for the next season.
Yes.
Anyway, what was the last thing you said?
I was asking if I was giving you a chance to reassess whether or not you want to go out and see your clients, and if you do want to,
So-
change anything about the way that
So
you go see
I
them.
feel like there's a bit of a reaction against that. So yeah, I don't think she's going to change anything that she does, but she's never stupid about it. I
Sure.
mean, she wouldn't have been in the first place if she's going to associate herself with a preacher. She's not going to potentially harm his reputation in town
Right.
via that. So anything that she does is just to be helpful.
It's always been my understanding that you were maybe taking to the people of Coldwater Creek some private prayer sessions or things of that nature.
And her presentation to the town in general is a I've come to see the error of my ways
Yes,
type thing.
yes.
So she's not.
You're
doesn't
reformed.
necessarily- Yeah, she's reformed.
Exactly.
She doesn't
Remember
necessarily.
when I
hide it.
showed up, part of my idea was that the cadre I moved with were people who had all been reformed around me.
Right.
I had a a heathen. I had a soldier, and I had a woman who we never explicitly stated.
A woman who
what-
maybe had some loose moral character in
Yeah,
her
even
wanton
knows,
youth.
but it was always part of showing up that these are people who I have helped redeem.
Yes. Okay.
So that is not something that she particularly hides.
Sure.
But yeah, I mean, she is very insistent
Yes.
on going and seeing these people and getting
This
as
is driving
much
me crazy.
information as she can on this new
layout of the numbers are
politician.
not the same
Sure.
as it is.
Where is he from? Can she figure that? Can I figure any of this stuff out?
He said where he
It's
was
on the
from.
other side.
I don't remember.
Okay, great.
He said east.
What's up with the fake chip?
I realized that if you line up the ones on these chips, the rest of the numbers don't line up.
That's
Oh,
very
flip it
upsetting.
over.
That's very
But if
upsetting.
you flip it over, it does. So
Oh, okay.
actually everything's okay.
All right.
But it's different on each side. That's insane.
Yeah.
Well, guys,
Oh my God.
not to rush through the chip investigation too quickly. What?
Nothing. I'm just.
Oh, I don't have the
Where are we
results
coming-
yet.
oh,
I don't have the
Big deal,
results
I
yet.
understand.
We're still tallying. I want to skip ahead to this evening after you two have gone to sleep. So you two have
Very carefully.
yes, very carefully gone to sleep, laying down very gingerly on your pillow for fear of
Careful.
I don't know nitroglycerin.
Yes. Well, if this is Coldwater Creek, you have to be careful of that.
And you have just dozed off for the night when you hear a pounding on the church door.
All right.
I'm gonna tell.
Rose, stay here. I'll go handle whatever this is.
I'm prepared to leave if I need to.
I go out and I put on my basic night robes or whatever.
I told
Your night
And I go
robes.
out and open. I light a candle and I open the door.
Gabe has night robes and day robes.
Okay,
But-
good to know. I did not know that.
I'm
nice.
prepared
They're nice,
with with my night.
So you're back in the bedroom though.
Yeah. I'm not gonna be seen.
Okay.
And you could go out the window if you had to.
Yeah, exactly.
When you open the door, revealed on the front steps of the church is a somewhat disheveled, somewhat inebriated-looking,
Very inebriated.
Andrew Bucholz.
Love this. Well, Mr. Bucholz,
Yes. Yeah, let's stop with the bullshit.
all right. Well, would you like to step inside?
Yes. Yes, I would. Thank you.
I open the door and let him inside.
God, is it hot in here?
It is somewhat regular room temperature in here, if that is what you mean. Seems like you have perhaps had a few too many tonight.
I'm like peeking through the door, or listening rather.
I laugh and I say, "Well, perhaps I'll join you." And I open up a I have a little latch under the under the dais
Okay.
up at the front, and I open it up and there's like a thing of whiskey in it, and I pull it out and pour a little thing of that, and I start taking a sip.
Okay.
The whole thing.
Yeah, I leaning against a post. All right. Oh, hey. Yes. Yes. I have a. Oh my lord. Oh, I cannot think straight. I can't think straight. I can't. Listen.
It was
First
quite
of
the
all-
riveting conversation we had today in
Yes.
town square.
Yes. I've come to say, I'm sorry. No,
Sorry,
not sorry. No,
I certainly
listen.
enjoyed
You are a gifted speaker. I have not come across somebody who has spoken so well in. There's a tall roof. Is that
well,
20
it's
feet?
church.
That's 20 feet at least.
I don't know. I did not build it.
Oh, I love what you've done in here, though. It is. Wow.
Do you think you would
wait,
like
hold on, guys. What?
Can I go out the window and come back into the front door?
Yeah.
I don't know if I need.
What are you wearing?
I would put clothes on.
So wait, so
Yes.
you're gonna get dressed
Yeah.
and then go out the window and come around to the front door.
What is this?
I don't know. I'll wait for just a moment.
Okay, so
This is
maybe
a reverse. This is a reverse tort law.
The ghost of tort law.
I guess we'll go ahead and just say for now you're getting dressed.
Okay.
All right, please continue.
All right, Gabriel. Do you mind?
Go ahead.
Can I call you Gabriel, or is there another name
I
you
don't
prefer?
think there'd be any issue with you calling me Gabriel.
All right, Gabriel. First of all, I understand that the things I was saying in town were a little bit harsh. That was not my intention. I'm not trying to start a lynch mob. I'm not trying to.
Look, as you said, we can both cut the bullshit. I think there was a mutual understanding right from the get-go.
Yes. Can I take a slug off of that?
I pour him a glass of the whiskey out of it.
Definitely seems like he could use a little more.
Well, my opinion is like, if my opponent wants to disadvantage themselves, never say no.
Sure.
You gotta get to a certain point when the shakes stop altogether, and still.
Yes, my father was somewhat of the same way. I understand how it works.
Thank you kindly. Thank you. Oh my God. So, tell me about Driscoll.
Well, I'm sorry, I'm not exactly sure what it is you are here to find out about Zachary Driscoll. You have just wandered into my church, somewhat in an inebriated state, and
Very inebriated.
I won't argue with you on that account. Apologized somewhat, and then acted as though I knew exactly what it is you are trying to find out.
All right. Okay, hold on. I'm gonna sit down. God,
We have a variety of pews you can choose from.
stained glass, I think, would look nice.
Yes, well, if people stop donating to the church, that's going to be somewhat difficult.
Oh yeah. That was a good one, wasn't it?
It was actually pretty good. You almost got me there.
Yeah. No, you did great. So Driscoll. He's Colton Harris's man, yeah.
I think that's a safe enough thing to say. The man is bought and paid for.
I heard some. God. Oh, this is bad. What am I doing? Come on, get your shit together, Andrew. Nope.
Couldn't have happened at a better time.
This is role-playing, people.
Get your shit
Hold on.
together, Andrew.
All right, I can clean this up.
All right.
I can clean this up. I'm sorry.
I've got some cloths in the back of the church. Just leave it there.
I'm so
We'll handle it.
stupid.
All right.
Sacrificial wine.
Andrew, you're making something of a fool of yourself.
I'm fine. Listen. Oh, okay. Here comes the darkness. Nope, I'm good. Andrew. I'm Andrew.
You're Andrew.
Gabriel.
Gabe.
Thank you very kindly. Yep.
You can call me Gabe if that's simpler.
Gabe, Gabriel, Andy, Andrew. We all have very good names. Listen.
Rosaline, what are you doing at this point? I mean, he is not being quiet. You can definitely hear, you can't understand what's being said, but you can hear that there is a sounds like a somewhat drunken man in the church.
Well,
Wailing.
I was gonna try to help, but now I think I'll just make it worse. So maybe I should wait.
Are you trying to get closer so you can listen?
Well, yeah, I would be listening.
Okay, make a stealth roll for me.
5.
Okay, so you kind of creep out of the back room and into the preparation area, the kitchen and the storeroom area, just behind the church proper, so you can hear what they're saying.
Is Tempting Fate in here tomorrow? Apologize for this place is going to stink of beer.
No, it's fine.
For Tempting Fate. What I have come to tell you. I love the sound of that. You people talk so fine.
All right.
Driscoll is a man who cannot be trusted.
Is there birds chirping?
They're outside. They're night birds.
Okay.
Stupid.
I'm just like,
Night
I
birds,
hear birds.
bats in the belfry. He's a man who cannot be trusted. We were playing a hand of I had 2 or 30 of poker.
And you found that he seemed to win on a somewhat unlikely level of consistency.
Did see that.
Yes, I've encountered Zachary myself. The foppish son of a bitch is certainly very talented at
Yes.
poker.
Yes, I didn't catch anything, but boy, he's good.
Well-
Whatever he's doing something.
If that is
Right.
what you have come to tell me, then I will certainly make sure to
No.
throw a pin against gambling into my Sunday sermon, and I would recommend you get some sleep.
I do appreciate the offer, but there are more pressing matters in mind.
Well,
They
then I'm at your disposal.
they are getting together a group to take you down and take your
Driscoll.
friends down. Yes, Driscoll, Harris, all of them. It
Rosalie
goes
would-
deep.
Open the door more at that.
It goes.
You're opening the door?
Yeah, if she heard that,
She's
she
kinda
would
opening
react to it.
Make another stealth roll for me.
3.
So you kind of push the door open a little bit further so you can hear more clearly what's being said. And as you do, you forget this is that squeaky door.
Rose,
Oh,
I think it's okay for you to come on in.
no, come on in.
Mr. Bucholz does not seem to be in a situation to remember much of the night anyway.
Right, I'm gonna go sit by him.
Okay, you're gonna go sit by him.
Now, Mr. Bucholz,
Yeah.
I'm
Before.
sorry, am I pronouncing that correctly?
Yes, Bucholz, Berkowitz. Honestly, it's all the same to me.
Is that your real name?
Sorry.
Is that your real name?
In a manner of speaking.
What's a real name anyway?
Oh, well, you're quite right, Gabe. I was just curious. It's so interesting. Names, I find them so fascinating.
Yes,
It's interesting
yes.
to learn where people are from and what their real names are.
Look.
Well, I will tell you the story I told of being a second generation, first generation. Wait, which one is it?
All right.
First generation or first generation? No,
German?
second generation. A German immigrant. That story is true.
Well, Mr.
Right,
Bucholz,
interesting.
Yes.
now, this certainly seems like useful information you are
Yeah.
bringing to us, but as we have set ourselves up as somewhat of political opponents, may I ask why you are bringing this information to me? If it was true that Zachary Driscoll and his friend Mr. Harris were trying to take me down, it seems only in your best interest to let him go about his way unimpeded.
I am not going to win an election like that. I am not going to end my opponents, and I am not going to ascend to the mayorship through dirty tricks.
I'm sorry, you're saying you're not going to use dirty tricks when that's what you used just a few hours ago.
Oh, I'm sorry. Was I spouting falsehoods?
False?
Fair enough. He did manage to say almost entirely true things.
Well, that is quite true. But maybe we could get a little more information on you so we could speak
Oh.
truths as well.
Well, my life is a open book.
Oh, is it now?
Yeah, so what would you like to know?
Well, whatever you'd like to tell me, I'd love to know more.
Well, one of the
Well.
first things I would like to know is how you knew some of the things you knew coming into this town.
I talked
You have not been here very often, and yet you knew something about Rosaline and my relationship. You knew something about everything that had happened in town. You have quite a lot of information for someone who has shown up uninvited into this town unexpectedly.
uninvited. I would take issue with.
Well, of course, anyone is welcome in Coldwater Creek.
Yes. This, my, I guess you could call it a gift, is talking to people. I talk to people. Do you talk to people?
I have to say that I relate to that sort of gift.
Right.
Do you want to be truthful with him about where you got that information?
Yeah.
Okay.
think so.
These specific points
Uh-huh.
regarding the preacher, should he show himself in a public manner while you were also in a public way,
Uh-huh.
were given to you from Mr. Harris through Mr. Zachary Driscoll.
Mm-hmm.
He
Fucking
was
Driscoll.
he was the intermediary who
Right.
handed you these specific juicy tidbits of information to use should the opportunity arise.
Okay, yeah, that's what I figured. Yeah, the I would say most of what I learned, in addition to talking to the people, and my God, these people. Where was I? The salacious bits, and again, I apologize that it's uncomfortable to do this, but it was a necessary evil.
Necessary for what?
Necessary to bring these people and have them supporting the path of goodness, which is what I feel I represent.
Why are you here?
Why am I here?
Why are you in this town? Why do you want to be mayor?
Well, it's a frontier town. You know, it's dangerous out here. We need experienced people to come in and.
And I have to admit, you don't seem very experienced for a frontier town.
Well, I mean, I wasn't mayor of a frontier town.
Right, that's my point.
Well, I mean, we can bring the modern amenities, and amenities is the word I was looking for. Do you remember that?
I don't remember exactly what moment you were talking about.
I got hung up on a word.
Would you like some more to drink?
You were talking about practices, I believe. And
Yeah. And I still don't know what that one. What's it called?
It doesn't matter. It was some of a flub at the time,
Yeah.
but I believe that we both came out somewhere.
So
Hate when I do that.
Andrew, Rosaline
Hey.
has very kindly poured you another
Oh.
glass of whiskey and is offering it to you.
Miss,
As
thank
much
you
as
kindly.
this is an important conversation, I need to go to the bathroom.
Sure.
Go for it,
Because
because
there have been a lot of toasts.
Yeah, I know. I will be doing that.
I have a question.
Untoast.
I have a question for Andrew while you're gone, anyways. Andrew, in
Yes.
responding to Rosaline's question, do you want to be honest about why you are here in town with her?
I will be mostly.
Okay.
She's also being
I will
very
tell her.
overly friendly.
Sure.
Just, yeah, okay.
I think that's reading. I
Yeah.
think that's reading.
Yeah.
Just making sure.
Friendliness. I'm getting the friendliness. The friendly vibe.
You were recruited
Right.
in Denver by an agent of Mr. Harris's and invited to come to town and accept this job.
Yes. And I mean, I imagine bathroom breaks happen in game time as well. So.
Gabe's like, I have to pee.
Sorry, I gotta go
Sir.
drain the lily. Yes. I was. Oops. Oh, what was that? I was asked to come here. I was in Denver. Just doing things. Not important. And
Not important.
I
They
had
must
to,
have been if you come from the east.
well, I don't really come from the east. I actually come from the west. If you
From
you
the
believe that.
west. Oh, where then?
It's just a little town up in Northern California. Not terribly important, but I was in Denver and not doing terribly well. And I had a gentleman approach me and asked me if I would maybe look into helping out in Coldwater Creek. Out of Coldwater Creek. Oh, that sounds like an interesting place. So can we be on a horse? Now here I am.
What gentleman was this?
Oh, this would be Colton Harris.
Harris came and asked you to come down. Was it specifically for a game?
No.
Well,
He
what
wanted
is-
me to come and, I don't remember the exact words that he used, but win the mayoral election.
Yeah. The term puppet candidate was thrown around a lot.
Yeah. He wanted me to, dance the dance and be his little pawn in the
However,
political game.
You were fairly certain that once elected, you would be able to outmaneuver
Oh, yeah.
Carlton Harris.
And
Of
what
course.
is it that he offered you to do that?
Nothing specific.
What I mean.
Cash.
Oh. I
I
guess
mean.
that
Different
that's
things.
important.
We have a
Pawn
mutual.
Harris.
Harris,
Got
yeah.
it.
We have a mutual interest in certain operations going on around town, and
mining.
scratching and backing and scratching and backing and
You're interested in mining then?
mining.
Scratching a back
Mining.
and scratching a back and
I mean,
That is what he said, darling.
it is where the lion's share of the gross domestic product of the town comes from. So I mean, naturally,
Right.
it would be something that would be of interest to me. But if we, to put a finer point on it, it's really just about setting up a stable government. I really do believe that.
That's what you want.
I really do.
So he kind of goes on in this vein for a little bit, expounding on the virtues of stability
Yeah.
in government and responsibility and
Do we believe him?
he seems it does not seem like you have any reason you know
There's some
some
in
very
vitro
fine-
veritas going on.
yeah you know some very fine performers. But you are almost positive that this is no performance of drunkenness, and a man this drunk would have a difficult time keeping his hand close to the
he
vest,
is
as it were.
legitimately inebriated.
He
Right.
remarks several more times about the height of the ceiling in here.
It's 25 feet at least.
And
That's 20. It's like 3 of me.
eventually,
It's a church, and high ceilings is sort of part of the appeal.
he circles back around to the original reason that he came
Yes.
here, which was that in his conversation with Zachary Driscoll, who was also in his cups at the time, there were several braggadocious mentions of potential violence or other nefarious dealings that would be discussed at a secret meeting tomorrow evening with a group of people who were all aligned in their purpose of taking the 4 of you down.
Did he have anything of a name to this group of people?
Yes. No. Nope.
No.
Nope. Not that I can recall. It was just a group of like-minded sociopaths.
I have to ask, why is it that you are bringing this information to us? Why are you seemingly trying to help us out here?
Seems like I'm playing both sides of the table, doesn't it?
Is that what you're doing?
No. No. I have tried that. Didn't work. Never gonna do it again.
So you're telling me that you're picking our side?
I guess you could say that.
He kind of again reiterates his initial point that he doesn't want to win an election that way, and when it comes to the point of violence or potentially even homicide being perpetrated against political opponents in town, that is where Andrew Bucholz draws the line.
Well, yes, it is a hard line between political dealings and just straight violence.
Well, there are a couple of things that I'm getting here that I think are pretty positive. Is that your influence is big enough for people to want to take you down in that way, and it seems that maybe you'll help us out if we need it, right?
I will do what I can. These people hired me and they seemed on the straight and narrow, but once I get here, God, it always happens, you know? You find out the true character of a person when you...
Well, it's amazing how under-the-table deals tend to fall apart as soon as payment is coming around.
Yeah.
You would probably also make mention of the fact that Zachary several times intimated to you that he could probably, if you played your cards right, get you a spot in this secret group as well. Not for the meeting tomorrow night that's going to be happening, but maybe he could kind of like float your name if you were the right sort of people at this secret meeting tomorrow evening. And, maybe you could sit in on the next meeting.
And did you take that opportunity?
Well, I told him I would think about it, and it sounds like a very interesting proposition.
Seems like something maybe you should take and then report information back to us. I mean,
Mr.
if you want to
Bucholz.
help.
Yes.
Did you get any names as to who might have been involved in this secret meeting?
Oh, did he say any names? No.
No, but you feel relatively secure in guessing that Mr. Harris would be involved in it in some way. And again, to reiterate, you are not invited to this secret meeting tomorrow night, but maybe in the future, after this unfortunate business has been dealt with, Driscoll said that he could maybe get you a spot.
Did you find out where this meeting is happening?
Oh, no. It
Was there perhaps-
It was just a table talk. He was shooting off at the mouth. He enjoyed my performance.
Any sort of money or favors that might have changed hands between the two of you?
Between the two of us,
I mean, Zachary is the person who gives you your stipend from Mr. Harris to keep you supported while you do the job that you are in town to do.
Any coins that he might have handed you directly, I'd be happy to compensate you for.
I mean, did you win anything from him in poker? Make a gambling roll for me.
okay. I don't think it's likely.
While he does that, would we know?
Oh, hold on, real quick. Make a gambling roll at a -2 because
-2.
he got you
Good.
drunk, and he's also a cheater.
All right.
Ooh, oh yeah!
Racing.
Oh,
Dice! Gravity dice!
Yeah, so much gravity. That was 12.
15.
15 minus 2 is 13.
13. So that's a
Two
success with
raises.
2 raises. So despite Zachary's accomplished cheating, he also was drinking a little bit more than maybe he should have been, and you did manage to win a little bit of money off of him.
A modest sum.
Well, I'll tell you what, if you were to give me a coin or dollar that he gave unto you, I would happily trade you for its equal value.
I'm confused.
Well, I do not think that explaining exactly everything we need in the situation is of both our parties' interest, if you understand me. I'm simply something that Zachary Driscoll has touched would be of high interest to both of us.
Something that he's touched?
Something that he has touched and handed to you directly.
Oh, because... oh, man.
All right.
I'd love to see this. Yeah. Hold on. Where did I put it? All right. Are you going to do it here?
What is it that you think we're gonna do?
No. All right. Here you go.
Call it a superstitious thing.
Make a smarts roll for me at a -2.
Me?
Yeah,
Okay.
because you're pretty drunk. And roll your wild die as well.
Oh, yes.
Okay.
Oh, it's a
shit.
raise.
Aced on that. I forget your smarts is a D12.
Yeah.
Another raise.
Son of a-
Another
so
ace.
smart.
Bro!
Another one.
I don't know what
Gravity
this is going to
die.
be. It's 18
That's 3 6s!
so far, and
Shit.
wow,
3 6s and a 5.
Jesus Christ!
Holy crap.
That's a lot.
Three.
Draw a fate chip for,
As per
for
tradition.
just blasting it out of the water with that one.
red wine,
All right.
deliciously red.
So as you're about to hand over some of your money, you remember, and it takes you quite a lot of effort to remember. Zachary insisted on playing with chips. So you got your money from one of the girls who works in the office, but Zachary did not touch any of this money. You guys were playing with chips at your table.
I remember this very, very well.
All of a sudden.
All of a sudden, it's like a beam of light from God. He didn't physically touch this coin.
Son of a bitch.
I'm happy to contribute to the church if you guys are in need, because
Well, we'll always take contributions once we do.
But
It hits you in the face.
but alas,
Gotta
it
be a
is
bit more careful.
it is not tainted. I suppose you were going to do the black voodoo magic on it, which
Do
would be,
what?
I don't know what it is you are referring to.
No, of course you do not. Oh, that's wet.
All right,
but-
well, is there anything else? I kind of say this to Rose quietly. Is there anything else we can do to get in on this meeting of theirs that they are having tomorrow night if we do not have anything in hand?
It doesn't seem like we can get much more from him. The only other thing we can get is information about him to use against him if we need to. But I can't tell if we need that or not.
You ever had popcorn?
Popcorn?
Yeah.
You mean the stuff that they heat up and it creates
When
the
was
kernels?
popcorn invented?
Really
I
good.
mean, I think popcorn was a thing around this time.
I mean, I've seen it.
It's
I've heard rumors of popcorn.
I don't know if it was that unusual. I mean, corn was a pretty staple.
is
I've
this
decided
popcorn?
it's
Sure.
popcorn, you say?
Pop-
That's only
Popcorn.
for the rich, I'm pretty sure.
In the world,
Okay,
in our version of the Weird West, popcorn is a rare delicacy.
It's a delicacy.
Uh-huh.
Then we've had
Banged
quite a
maize,
bit
as
of
some people
popcorn.
call it.
Something banged maize. something about the weird energies of the reckoning have made it very difficult for corn kernels to actually pop.
Yeah.
They've rendered corn kernels inert in some way, so it's very rare that you find a batch of corn kernels that will pop when exposed to heat.
Very difficult.
Yeah, it's a very specific
Time-consuming process.
species of corn that need. Yeah,
What?
it's long and time-consuming, and it's something like a handful of masters.
Why, yes, I have heard of that rare, delicate phenomenon. Why do you bring it up?
Oh, no reason. We had a gentleman come through the town, a popcorn popper, a master popcorn popper.
That must have been a sight to
It
behold.
was amazing, and the way that hits the back of your throat, it just melts in your mouth.
All right. Now, this strikes me as something of a drunken rant about a delicious food, and as much as I appreciate such things,
Everything I say now is drunken, so you are correct.
Is
You are
there
correct
anything?
in that.
is there anything you can provide us to give us a little more information about what is going to be going down tomorrow night? Because if they are conspiring against us,
Yes.
then it is now that we need to know about it.
Well, I'll tell you.
You do not have any more information on this specifically, but Andrew, are you willing to put yourself out there a little bit to help them find that information.
At this point, at this level of inebriation, absolutely.
All right. Then
I
perhaps you could relate that to the preacher.
I will do. I will say that again.
You'll stick your own neck out.
Yes.
To help them figure out a way to maybe get into that meeting or get some of that information. Somehow.
I have the good graces of Mr. Harris and his associates, so I think there is a good chance that I can either get more information for you, or give you more of a location of where the meeting is going to be taking place.
We'd very much appreciate that.
Perhaps we could help things out by giving them the impression that you have gained something of a one-up over us.
Perhaps that might be helpful. Do you have something in mind?
All right, so what you guys need to figure out is where the meeting is taking place and how you can get access to the information that is going to be exchanged during this meeting. Whether that is being physically present or figuring out some way to not be physically present but be present
We got
nonetheless.
that covered quite easily.
Well, what I think we need to do is somehow give Andrew something that gives him that he could present as the impression that he got dirt over us. Maybe I'll give him the word or something like that.
Okay.
I don't know why. I'm trying to think of why we would have given it to him. But either way, something that he can present to them and be like, I've got...
Maybe you just dropped it.
Sure. Or he could say he broke into the church and found this gun that I carry.
Sure.
And he's like, and this proves that the preacher is not as godly a man as he wanted to get into the thing. And then we could possibly mind ride him or find something else to see what's going on in the...
Couldn't I just use... No, I guess I couldn't use the word... Well, if he's touching it, I could just use him.
Right, that's what he's saying. You could mind ride Andrew.
Right, you mind ride him
Mind
to
ride.
find out exactly what's going on.
I don't even know what that means.
Well, we don't have to tell you exactly.
Yeah, right.
We just tell you if you feel something
You work your
strange.
black voodoo magic.
If you feel something strange, as though there's someone looking through your own eyes, I recommend you simply let it be and don't worry too deeply about what is going on.
All right. I think that's...
Now, of course,
Nope, it's back in.
after all this is dealt with, we will continue to be political opponents, but on our own terms and our own grounds.
I think that is appropriate path forward. So,
All right.
that's how we shake hands in the East. The
You're not
West.
from the East.
You got me.
So I think at this point it's clear Andrew needs to get some sleep.
Yes.
So you guys maybe plan to meet up covertly the next day to see if you can put this plan into action.
Yep.
So Andrew will leave the church at this point, but the mysterious strangers in chat have spoken, and it is time. The ice storm cometh.
Oh no.
We did get that $350 here, so thank you very much, chat. And at this
Thanks,
point,
chat.
at this point,
Thank you!
I am.
Awesome.
Next week is the season finale of Wildcards, so I'm holding off on any more tiers this evening because I don't want to overload things too much before next week's finale. But I will say, if you're having a good time, if you continue to tip, we very much appreciate it. I don't have any more rewards for the session.
However, if you get to 600, Amy will punch Gaurav in the ball.
Yeah. That's
We
a
can't
promise.
promise that. We
No,
can't
that
promise
is
that.
a promise. We can promise it, and we will.
Guys, Ice Storm, and we're going to toast because we have a toast from James V.
Wait, are we
1971.
toasting with this or
We are going to toast with this.
Okay.
So,
And so you have to pound this entire thing, yeah?
you have to take a knee and chug
Take
it.
a knee.
Oh, fudge. Okay.
So, Tyler, seeing as how you are the guest, I will let you pick which one of these two, since you were not selected,
Woo!
which one of these two you would like to pound.
I have never had the screwdriver ice.
Well,
so
hey, be prepared for
now.
something.
I have had many of those, though.
Yeah. And then
Oh, it's room temperature. Nice.
Jordan Pridgen. Perfect. I'm so sorry. But you are about to get iced again because the mysterious strangers in chat
You guys,
voted for Megan.
already drunk.
Voted for Megan to be the one to pound this weird Heidelbeer.
Hey,
Heidelbeer.
what is this, crit juice? Am I right?
Am I right, guys?
Am I right, guys?
Kind of all of a sudden. All right, so everyone,
Okay.
open it up. And hold on, let's toast.
I
Let's
gotta-
toast
Okay.
here.
Absolutely.
Gonna be able to get to a knee here.
Let's toast, Jordan.
Yes.
You don't want to be left out of that.
Oh no.
Here I am,
He doesn't have a counter anymore.
left without
because-
anything with which to defend myself. So I
I
too.
was debating whether you would have
Oh,
like a
no.
hidden holdout.
Nope.
Wow.
No, Nick, you earned that one. So I'm gonna pop open this Smirnoff Ice, and everyone, we have a toast from James V. Before
V.
this ice storm lays down. It smells great, doesn't it, Megan? Everyone,
Can I get a whiff?
yeah, everyone, take a smell of this Heidelbeer.
Oh, we had all the other. We
Yummy.
had all the others. They
This
were
one is
great.
probably the best.
Ooh,
but
that smells tasty.
At least it's not Ghost or.
it still smells strong.
Ooh,
smells
yeah,
like
that's gonna
soap.
be intense. That's gonna be intense. That does smell like hand soap. It smells
leave-
kind of like a scented hand soap.
Doesn't it kind
Yeah, a
of?
little bit.
All right, everyone, from James V. 1971. Bottoms up.
Bottoms up.
Set them up. Knock them all the way
Oh
down.
my god!
I can't chug. I have to do it in increments.
Okay. That wasn't that bad, but it was a lot stronger than I intended.
Chugged.
Ugh. It tastes like alcohol syrup. That's what this tastes like. How was it? How was it? I expect all the burps.
Guys, I can't chug. This is really hard for me.
Oh god, how much proof is
Looks
this?
like there's a clearly superior Jordan tonight.
Yeah. That was an impressive chug, man. I gotta say.
I
God.
drink a lot.
Smirnoff
Have you-
Ice is so bad.
I know,
drink
I've
a
had a
lot.
lot. I drank a lot tonight too.
So thank you, mysterious strangers in chat.
Sorry,
Gatorade.
Chad.
This is all your fault. And
Are we
thank you.
breaking Twitch terms of service?
I don't think so.
Nah.
If Crit Juice can do it, then I mean we're
Yeah,
barely
yeah.
even scratching the
Alright.
surface. Okay.
That's really tasty.
Whew. All right, guys.
Wait, it's got
It's
vitamin
not as
C.
bad as you expect.
Guys, we have
It's
we
not
have
good.
55 minutes left. Let's see if we can all maintain
All right.
some semblance of an attention span with all of. Oh God, that does not sit well in your stomach. Yeah, whatever. Here in a second. Oh my God, you're already losing it.
Guys, serious
Andrew.
role playing.
Yeah,
Sorry.
Serious
we are a
role-playing.
serious
Yeah.
show.
Can we focus now?
Guys.
This show is serious.
Jesus.
guys.
Okay.
Okay, you guys, let's get real.
my God.
Let's get
Real
real
serious.
serious.
We'll do it.
He's 4 years old.
All right.
4 years old.
So you guys make the decision to meet up the next morning and see if you can figure out where this meeting is happening and how or if you can get Andrew into the meeting to see through his eyes what is happening in this meeting. So where would you all meet up in a place that would not be obvious?
I mean, outside of town somewhere, right?
Oh, really?
Probably,
Okay.
right?
Probably not too far from the church is probably a good
Yeah,
idea.
but just, I mean,
Okay.
the church is already kind of on the edge.
so maybe in the outskirts of the
in the
woods to the
woods.
north of town. Okay. So just out on a coincidentally timed morning stroll through the woods, you two run into a clearly hungover Andrew.
He looks worse than he did last night, and that's saying something. He is mounted atop his sway-backed cayuse.
His sway-backed cayuse.
Cayuse, look it up. It's a thing.
Now,
it
Mr.
is.
Bucholz,
And he is. Yeah. I mean, yes.
is it fair to say that you remember what we have agreed to the night before?
Yes. I mean, oh God.
Well, he's here, isn't he?
Absolutely.
He certainly is, but sometimes things like this can happen almost as a coincidence.
Great.
I've dealt with a good number of drunks in my day.
Well,
Me
that
too.
is some harsh language.
I don't mean it that harshly, but those who
I mean it
those
harshly.
who very well, those who enjoy the finer side of liquor.
Mm-hmm. That's a delicate way of putting it. You would have made a fine politician.
Well, who knows?
There's still time.
Yeah.
All right, Mr. Bucholz.
Yeah. So what do you guys need from me?
Well, we need you to get into that meeting. Do you think you can do it? Are you talented enough?
The meeting tonight?
Quite, yes, the meeting tonight.
I was not invited to
No.
the meeting tonight.
But if you had some bit of, I don't know, evidence that would be quite helpful to that meeting, don't you think you might be able to talk your way in? You seem good enough with words, don't you?
All right, well, I can give it a shot. What sort of evidence did we have in mind? Did we discuss this last night?
We did, but we can go over the details again now in the light of day.
Yeah.
No, Mr. Bucholz.
You talk very
what I have right here is a gun that I've carried around, and I believe there are rumors in the town that I use. I call it the Word. It has it.
I was going to say you have a physical gun. You should use it.
Has a. It doesn't actually say it on this gun, but my gun has the Word engraved on the side of it. I keep this inside a hollowed-out Bible. Now, I believe that Driscoll and his crew have rumors that I carry such a gun with me instead of being the holy man that I claim that I am, and if you were to be able to present it to them, they would perhaps fast-track you to the inner circle of their group.
How did I come to get a hold of this weapon?
Well, let's say that perhaps I have not kept the security of the church as strongly as I should have.
Make a smarts roll for me, Gabe.
Ooh!
Yes.
I'm gonna curse Spanish gold that smarts roll.
Okay, I need more of that.
It ain't all that good.
That's better.
So that's a 5.
It occurs to you that a derringer that just says the word on it is not quite as incriminating as a derringer that says the word that is hidden inside of a hollowed-out Bible.
We give him the Bible too.
It might be a more compelling thing to do.
Well, this might be quite the thing to hand over to you.
You put a harmonica in there.
The harmonicas only because the
Ah.
Bible I bought in real life doesn't quite fit the
this
derringer I
one
bought
fit?
in real life.
I think that's the same size, isn't it?
Yeah, because
Oh, they're both actually scale. Yeah, all right.
You know, it's just a small Bible.
Yeah. All right.
But there.
There you go.
It's hidden real
So
well.
discreet.
By the way, chat, you see how cool this derringer is?
Yeah, right? Look at this. Look at this. This is a cool, look at that. It actually works like
It's
a
a
real
starter
derringer
pistol?
would. You put the bullets in there and you push this little button to pop them out. It's really cool.
It's historically accurate.
I got it like 10 years ago. So
This
I was
was-
so excited. I made sure my character had a derringer so I could bring this silly thing.
He did do that.
This one's like a cheapo Amazon $5 pirate derringer.
Yeah.
Not quite as cool.
This is a $20 starter pistol.
And this is a knife.
It's not a knife.
Knife! This is a knife.
Ooh, I got the burps.
Oh,
That's not a knife, that's a gun. I
right.
see you played knifey gunny before.
All right, we're going to focus up.
Oh, I don't know.
We're
We
going to
can
focus
try.
up and get through this.
Woo!
Thanks, Dad.
All right. Yeah. Well, this would certainly be. They've seen you carrying this Bible around before, yeah?
They know that it is my Bible.
Okay.
And when I showed up, and although do people know that my Bible that I originally had was like exploded?
Yeah, that story got around real quick.
Because remember, I had that first Bible that got shot. And
Yeah.
I used to use that as a prop.
I do remember that.
And then that got destroyed somehow. I don't remember exactly how.
I think it was when you threw it in front of Tortlaw to
No,
absorb a bullet.
because that was how I got the first bullet. And then I think it
Right.
got destroyed another way somehow.
We'll say in the Holbrook attack.
Maybe I'm remembering that wrong, but I feel like I do not have the bullet.
We're
Bible
going to
with the bullet
retcon
in it.
that and say during the Holbrook attack, it was lit on fire.
Yeah,
Got it.
that would make
Yeah.
sense.
Nice. Perfect.
Anyway, that was initially how I established my credit in the town.
All right. So you are comfortable if they want to. What's the word? Keep this.
Now, look, if there's anything you can do to get it out of their hands by the end of the day, I recommend you do it.
All right. I'll see what I can do.
I make sure that I have like a similar looking Bible that I can keep at the church. I don't tell him about it particularly, but like I have another Bible that looks as much exactly like it as possible, that if people come, I can be like,
Sure.
look, that's
You did buy an extra Bible at some point because
I
I
did.
remember
Oh,
I
wow.
remember having to figure out how much it cost for you because it was expensive.
Yep.
Um,
Bibles are nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Andrew, darling, can I have a handkerchief or something of yours?
That's an odd request.
It is, isn't it?
Yeah.
But could I have one anyway? Just want to.
Is this like a favor? Are you going to be riding into battle?
I think that's exactly
I
what
might
it's like.
be, yes.
Curious what you will be using this handkerchief for before I simply.
Well,
hand it
I
over.
am a woman of mystery, aren't I?
You
It's
see,
more
I
like
was
you're
really-
riding into battle, and she's winning your favor in support of your act.
I would
Yes.
be honored to do that.
And I have, I don't know if you've noticed this or not, but I am completely sober at this point, so
We are very impressed.
your coquettish tricks, while I do appreciate them, and they are quite nice, not really necessary.
You
Let's
offend me, tricks. I would never.
All right, Andrew.
let's be honest with each other. We can be upfront. Why do you need this handkerchief? I can
Well,
give it to you gladly, but I do need an honest
why do I
explanation.
need it? Why do you need an honest explanation?
Andrew,
just
If we want to pussyfoot around, that's fine.
Andrew, the reason we need the handkerchief is because we need to prove, in case you suddenly pull, decide to betray us, as it is, we need to prove that we had something of an association with you. And perhaps a monogrammed handkerchief or something of the like would show that you have associated with us. Now, this is not something we plan on using, but if you instead turn what I have given you against us, we should have similar ammunition to use against you.
Now, that is a lie.
It is a lie.
And ordinarily, you cannot use these skills against another PC, but since we've already set up a somewhat of a precedent here, I would like you to make a persuade roll for me. And this is going to be opposed by your smarts, Andrew.
My smarts.
Yes.
All right.
Oh shit.
All right, I got a 4
I got more than that.
plus 4.
Which is an
It's
8.
an 8.
Which is a lot, but it does not beat his
Not
10.
enough.
So you almost believe him, and in fact, you think that this, like most good lies, does contain a kernel of truth, and you fully expect that should push come to shove and the situation turn against Gabriel, that he would use the handkerchief in that way. But you also intuit that this is not why it is being requested.
Right. I love it. I love this whole thing. But Gabriel, be honest with me. If we're going to trust each other, we're going to need to be honest with each other. I will give you this kernel of information.
Andrew, perhaps. Let's just say that if we have this handkerchief, then we will not have to rely on your second-hand account of exactly what is going on in this meeting.
All right. I'll put this out here. I know what you are. I know what you can do.
That's quite the statement.
I know you have special abilities. All right? I'm not gonna sugarcoat this. I know what you are. I'm not afraid. I appreciate it. I'm not some superstitious. I'm not going to spread these rumors around. But if we are going to trust each other, and I know it's hard to say, I'm a politician. Can you trust a politician? But I need you to do this for me. Explain to me why you need my handkerchief, and I will give it to you in a heartbeat.
Well, here's the deal.
Go ahead.
I'll explain it to you if you give me something on you.
All right. And I'll tell you a God's honest truth. And you will respect this, because you will understand this. You're a man who has some skill in deciphering truth.
Well said.
I was mayor of a town named Hollister. In an attempt to embarrass my political opponent, I hired a shaman to cast a hex on him. This is how I know something of the dark arts. But I was naive. He was not a shaman. He was an associate of my political opponent. And I was cast out of town. The town is Hollister. It is in Northern California. If you get this information back to them, if you tell them where I am, I will be ruined. They will come for me, and I will be ruined.
Can I make some, I don't know, can I try to figure out if I think he's telling the truth?
Make a smarts roll.
Right? Make sure I'm right.
Oh, 6. Raise.
8.
Success with a raise. You believe him implicitly.
Well then, I believe you. That sounds like a story you wouldn't make up in this instance. So I will be truthful with you if I can trust you, which I think that I can. I can utilize your handkerchief there to see through your eyes in this meeting.
Well, that's all. thought you were gonna cast a voodoo hex on me. All right, no, that's fine. Yeah, I
Not
got.
yet, unless I
well,
need to.
It is
It's good to know you can rely a little bit on honor among thieves.
Right, isn't it? We haven't found much of that yet, have we, Gabe?
It's been a while,
It
yeah.
has been.
Apologies, I was.
Jacob Slotsbow Nielsen.
Oh my
Thank,
god!
thank you very
Thank
much.
you for 1560.
1560.
A surprisingly specific.
He rolled that
It was
on
a good year. It was a good year.
on a D10,000. I apologize. It's a little wet.
What the fuck is this?
It's just
That's his handkerchief.
I was not feeling well this morning. It is all I have.
I'll take it.
All right.
No, don't hold that. No, do hold that. It's important. Otherwise, the spell won't work.
It's just beer.
Rosaline,
Put there.
hold it.
Yeah.
I am holding it.
All right.
Gross.
So you give him your Bible. Yeah.
Yes.
All right. Do you guys have anything else to discuss before you try and put?
No,
this in
I
the
think
plan?
we're gonna let
so.
him try and get into the meeting, and then we are gonna try and mind read him to see what's going on.
Okay. Where are you going to head with this now that you guys are going in separate directions?
It is time to go. I should go to which one? What the hell is his name?
Driscoll?
Yeah, let's go to Driscoll.
Okay. So you know Driscoll
I
can
love that you have all
often.
these notes, and stuff about us.
It's very important. Game notes.
I like
They had a
to
whole meeting.
try.
Dirt.
I like to try and keep our guests as apprised of the situation as they need to be.
Yeah,
They had a lunch meeting.
we did.
We did.
They had a lunch
Yeah,
meeting.
at the studio.
At
Yeah.
the studio.
I
That's
went to
true.
Disney Animation Studios to talk to
Have a lunch
Tyler
meeting.
about this geeky game that we
Right.
play.
Wait, that's a different studio.
Not this studio.
Anyways,
it wasn't actually the animation studio.
it wasn't. Yeah, I was
that's-
lying. I
that's
was lying to
false.
impress you.
Wow.
Anyways, so you're heading over to Driscoll.
yes.
And you know that Driscoll can often be found in the offices of Harris Mining, where Harris himself can almost never be found because Driscoll handles a lot of his day-to-day. So you head over to Harris Mining and are greeted very kindly by Viola, who works the front desk. She's a very simple girl, and she seems to have taken quite a liking to you.
She's a delight.
She is
Like the
very
flower.
very susceptible to people with winning personalities.
Yes.
Good.
Yeah, personality crew.
Good morning, Mr.
Oh,
Bucholz. Andy, I'm
Oh.
sorry. You told me I could call you Andy.
You please call me Andy. Call me Mr. Bucholz. Call me whatever you like, darling.
Oh,
My
well-
goodness, you look lovely this morning.
Well, thank you very much. I put.
My dear.
I don't know if you noticed, but I put a ribbon in my hair today.
That is a beautiful pink ribbon.
Thank you.
My lord. Oh, I was about to faint from the beauty of that.
I paid almost 10 cents for it.
Viola, you little charmer, what do you do?
Well, I just wanted to see if maybe you might show up. I could brighten your day.
Viola, you make my heart skip a beat. Oh, it is a pleasure to see you each and every morning.
Well, what are you doing here,
Oh,
Mr.
Viola,
Bucholz?
I had a question for you. I was looking for Mr. Driscoll. Do you think he is available?
Mr. Driscoll's in the office right now.
He is. Oh, darling, do you think I could have a little conversation with him?
I think for you, he would definitely make the time. Just 1 second. Let me go announce you.
Viola.
So are you guys mind writing
dog.
him at this point? What is the duration of that spell?
It's a minute.
A minute.
So we're waiting for him to be into the
Yeah, I mean,
group, probably.
It's going to be hard to know when exactly he gets into the group if you're not watching him in some way.
Well, yeah.
You know what's
imagine-
happening this evening.
I imagine we kind of like go into town and like watch him.
yeah, I would, but I could also go talk to Viola.
Also, you've got snake oil salesman, right?
I do.
So you should have been getting +6 on your charisma rolls in our
Really?
things.
Oh, shit.
Which means, I don't know. He might have won that. If
All right, he might have,
But-
but too fucking late.
yeah, I didn't.
Because I had snake oil salesman. That's why I was getting my +4s.
We forgot to give you that
You've got
extra bonus.
charismatic, attractive, and
It didn't
snake
feel
oil
right to
salesman?
be to sell
Jesus.
snake oil to these fine folks.
Yeah, he
So-
kind of pulled his punches.
Yes.
So are you guys just letting him kind of go wherever here?
I mean, my assumption is that, I mean, the meeting is supposed to happen tonight. It's daytime. So
Right.
he's
He's left to his own devices for now.
pretty much, we're waiting to find out if he gets in.
I've also got how's Presley doing?
Presley's doing very well. All the kids are doing much better.
Then maybe I've got Presley watching where he goes and reporting on it.
Okay. Across the street from Harris Mining is a small 8-year-old boy playing very intently with a stick and hoop. just kind of like rolling it back and forth in front of him as he side-eyes the Harris Mining Building.
It's no ball and cup.
Would, though, like, later in the day, maybe, go and talk with Viola, just to, like, girls, just
some
checking
girl
in
talk.
on my
Girl
friend.
talk.
All right, but first we have a meeting. So Viola comes out and says, Mr. Driscoll's in the office, and he'll see you now.
Can we also
Viola,
say
you light up my
thank you
life.
to Jacob Slotsbo?
We already did that.
Did we?
Yeah,
Jacob
remember we
Slotsbo
said a whole
Nielsen?
thing. We said a whole thing about how the $15.60.
We can thank him.
You're
again.
right.
You said he
I
rolled a
just forgot it was-
D10,000. I said it was a good year.
Yeah, you're
1560?
entirely right. I just forgot the name was Jacob Slotsbo Nielsen.
Jacob Slotsbo Nielsen, thank you again for the tip.
Yeah, sure.
That's
That's
an
a
incredible name.
That's
Thank
a
you.
tip so
It's
nice.
great.
We'll say your name twice. All right, so you head back into. Did it? We'll have you head back into Driscoll's office.
All right. Oh boy.
Let me put on my douchey cravat.
This guy's a jerk.
We don't like him.
No.
Oh, Mr. Bucholz,
Hello.
I see you look today like I feel.
Oh, Mr. Driscoll, you have, I'm going to say again, you have some skill in cards.
Oh,
Oh, boy.
thank you very much. It is a gift.
My goodness.
Now
My
I heard
goodness.
that you put on quite a show yesterday, and I can't recall whether or not I already congratulated you on that. So allow me to do that right now. Congratulations on, perhaps not thoroughly embarrassing the preacher and his associates, but at least doing, all that you could.
Well, you've heard of the October
won
surprise.
that.
Yeah, we know.
You've heard of the October surprise, I'm sure, regarding the presidential elections, where a piece of information is leaked shortly before the elections.
Yes, of course.
Yes, well, I was going to pull my punches and then to assure my victory and the support of the town folk, I was going to use this information at the most opportune time. You understand?
Of
It's
course.
political talk. I
Of
know this
course.
is all dirty stuff.
Not my wheelhouse. I can see
yeah.
Mr. Harris was right putting his trust in you.
Oh yes, absolutely, absolutely.
Now, what is it that I can do for you today?
Yes, well,
and Shiny Professor, thank you for the bit.
Yes, thank you for the
Yes, I was walking about town a bit, and the preacher had mentioned during the debate yesterday something about the placing something new into the church, and as you know, the both of us, we were I could say bitten our cups yesterday. So,
Yes, I do recall.
so I wanted to see some of these things for myself. I'm not proud. I broke into the church, and
You what?
well, I mean, the door was unlocked.
Were you seen?
What's that?
Were you seen?
Oh, absolutely not. I made sure of that.
Mr. Bucholz,
Yes.
I am, Mr. Harris trusts you, and I trust you for that reason. But
no.
that was a very risky move.
I know. You know,
Had you been
I was
observed?
beating myself up about it. No, there was no one inside the church. I mean, nobody lives inside of the church, right?
Well, the preacher does.
He lives inside the church. Isn't it
Yes.
Oh, well,
He has quarters in the back of the church.
oh my goodness! Yeah, no, I did not see anybody. It was very quiet in there. It was late at night, and yeah,
Was this last night?
yeah, it was last night.
You were.
I know. Listen,
Are you quite sure
yeah,
that no one saw you?
I am absolutely positive. I have, even when I'm in my cups, I have the eyes of an eagle.
Very well. Well,
Yes.
I suppose that is an opportunity. What
Yes.
is it that you discovered?
Well, I was looking around at this fine new church. Fantastic renovations were done, and I happened to wander by the podium where the preacher keeps his Bible, and I was like, well, the couple of things I wanted to look up regarding the Pharisees that he had threatened me with. I was like, what in the world is a Pharisee? So I popped open the Bible, and wouldn't you know it, I'll take the Bible out. This is the Bible here. This is interesting, is it not?
He sits forward.
By the way, thank you, Vampires 54, for the
Yeah.
Yes.
Hey,
Thank
vampires!
you.
Thank you very much. Let
Yeah.
us know who you want your piece
Or
of cursed
Vampires
Spanish gold to go to. Vampire 54.
54.
Vampire 54.
Vampire 54.
Okay.
This is
I dig it.
This is the preacher's Bible.
This is the preacher's Bible taken directly off of the podium where he reads his sermons. Now, I don't know about you, but there are a few words up here at the top, but it certainly does not look like a standard Bible. And boy, there's a gun on the inside.
Yes. Quite unusual for a preacher.
Mm-hmm.
Mr. Bucholz,
Yes, sir.
could I trouble you to hang on to this for the time being? I'd very much like to show Mr. Harris. I think he'd be very pleased to see the work that you have done.
Yeah, absolutely. What I would love to do is bring this to the attention of there was a group that you had mentioned last night. I don't know if you
Did I?
if there was a name attached
Shit,
to
I
it.
must have
but,
been drunker than I thought. No, there was not, I hope.
Oh no, it's fine. This man concerns me as a God-fearing man, and somebody who wants to do good in this town. I think they are legitimately dangerous. And you had mentioned some sort of opposition group, and I'm sorry if I'm speaking out of turn here, but
Well, Mr. Bucholz, real quick.
yeah.
Since you told a lie about how you came into possession of that, I need you to make a persuade roll.
All right.
But since he so desperately wants to believe you, make it at a +2.
Okay.
And remember, you get +6, not +4.
+6 to this.
And
roll.
Vampire 54 would like to give their resub piece of cursed Spanish gold to Rosaline Byrne, otherwise known as Meghan Caves.
Thank you very
boy,
much.
boy, boy.
I will utilize that.
Thank you
Okay.
very much,
Thank
Vampire
you.
54.
Okay.
Oh.
So
9.
that is a 9 plus 6.
+6, that's 15.
15.
Okay. Yeah,
Actually,
that'll do it.
Was that a little?
There
Okay.
was a +2 for...
Oh,
yeah.
And a plus
17.
2, yeah. 17.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. That's a real good persuade roll.
So it's 3 races, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
So,
It's
yeah.
nice being like a charismatic character,
Oh, it feels
right?
so good.
No trouble there.
I was good at this.
Well, Mr. Bucholz, seeing as how I did put you in the awkward position of having told you perhaps a little bit more than I should have, I'll make a deal with you.
Yes, sir.
Having met the preacher, I take it you also see what a danger he presents to this town.
I'll be frank. I have doubts that he is even actually a preacher.
Is that a fact?
Yes.
Interesting.
I have no... other than this, what sort of preacher would have a gun?
A very good
Stored
question.
inside of
A
a Bible.
very good question, Andrew.
What is he afraid of? That sort of thing just drives me wild. This man is in charge of a town of good folk.
I think that you would be a good fit for this group, and I very much doubt that Mr. Harris would object too much to you being brought in. However, it's not as simple as all that. The decision doesn't lie with me, nor, unfortunately, does it lie with Mr. Harris.
Really?
However, I should think if you were to leave that with me for me to share with the other members of the group, perhaps I could get you an invitation to sit in on the meeting tonight. Now, not participate. You would not be invited as a full member.
Oh, no, of course.
But perhaps you could come along and observe, if you swore yourself to secrecy, that is.
Absolutely. And, something explosive as this, while I do not doubt that it would be in good hands here. This is going to be at the meeting tonight. I feel like I should present this, or do you not want me to speak to the people? I did discover it.
I think it would be best
Yeah.
if you did not speak tonight at the meeting. I think this secrecy kind of lends itself to certain rules and decorum that we
Of course.
live by. Now, if you leave it with me, I will present it tonight at the meeting, and I will, of course, give you full credit for the discovery of it.
One further concern. The preacher is going to know that this is not in his church for the time being.
Oh, I assure you, we will get it back to him without him even noticing it was gone.
I have a ready-made excuse. I can... we have an understanding, is what I felt on stage. I confess up to the theft of the book, because there is mostly truth in that, so I can return it to him following the meeting.
Well, we will discuss this tonight.
Oh, that's fine. That's fine.
Not a decision that I myself feel comfortable making alone.
No, absolutely. I know, and I understand you're not the man in power here, so I will leave this with you.
Make a notice roll for me.
All right. 7.
You notice as you put the book on his desk, he makes no move to take it from you. In fact, as you notice that in this time that you have been interacting with him, he has kept his hands in his pockets and has touched nothing.
Okay. Yeah, this goes back to my curious conversation with Rosaline yesterday, and I know there's something. They want to get something that he has touched.
Yes, thank you. You can leave that there, and I can rely on your secrecy.
Oh, 100%, sir.
All right. Well, the meeting tonight is being held at Mr. Harris's residence.
Yes.
In the library.
All right.
Now, when you arrive, you will speak to whoever happens to be at the front door and tell them that you are here to be among the daughters.
The daughters?
Yes.
All right.
He will know what that means, and he will usher you into the library.
Very well. All right. Well, thank you for your time. Are you going to...
Yes, you can leave that there. I'll make sure that it gets taken care of.
Oh, absolutely. All right. Well, the daughters.
Yes.
Very good. I will be in attendance tonight. I don't want to presume that you will be there.
7 o'clock sharp, and I can neither confirm nor deny that my presence will be there.
You're a smart man. All right. Well, take care of yourself.
You do the same.
Sir. All right. And I will leave. Swing by Viola's on the way out.
I hope your meeting went well.
Oh, Viola. Every time I look at your eyes, I just smile.
Oh, stop it.
Oh, come on.
You're gonna make me scribble up on all of these
You're
notebooks.
blushing. Look at you.
Oh,
getting
you-
rosy cheeks.
You quit it. You
Oh,
quit it.
Viola.
You get out of
I'm
here.
going to swing by here and I'm going to bring you something nice and pretty. For
Oh,
you, to
you
put.
do go
I'm gonna
on.
bring you another ribbon to put in your hair.
Oh, you hush.
Oh, Viola. I'll see you later.
Okay. All right. So you're heading out. You now have a time and place for the meeting.
Okay. So yeah, I will go strolling around town.
Would you maybe have let him know about Presley?
I would at least have like Presley come up to him and be like, and like ask him a question.
Sure.
In the whole thing, I just like people are gonna. There's gonna be a child who will ask you things. You should trust this child.
Okay. So as you walk
Presley's
out,
my boy.
as you walk out of the office,
Yeah.
A little boy comes over and tugs on your jacket.
Oh, hello there, little boy. What can I do for you?
Hi. Where is the meeting at, and what time?
The meeting? Oh, I know the meeting was yesterday. You're talking about the debate that we had. Presley boy, come on. I'm going to buy you some candy. Come walk with me.
Oh, okay.
That is the way to get to Presley's car.
So I will walk with Presley and we will walk.
To the general store.
Yes, to the general store. I will buy him some rock candy. Because that's what they ate in the 19th century.
Sure.
Only rock candy. And then I will escort him back and then... all right.
Thanks for the rock candy.
Yes, absolutely, Presley. I want you to tell your friend. Now, look around. Do I see anybody?
No.
Okay.
I don't see anybody neither.
All right, Presley, I want you to go directly back to Gabriel.
Okay.
Okay?
Okay.
You tell him.
Preacher Pryor.
Preacher Pryor. Absolutely. Preacher Pryor. You tell him that if he wishes to be a hold of me tonight, I will be at at Mr. Harris's house.
Oh, okay.
7 o'clock p.m.
7 o'clock p.m.
in a library.
in a library.
All right, that is where I will be tonight.
Okay.
Now you go straight to him. And do not tell anybody else this information.
I won't.
If you tell anybody else this information,
You
I
won't
will
give
be
me any money for
very
candy.
upset.
I mean, you'll be very
There will
upset.
be more candy. You will not tell a soul, Peyton.
Presley.
Presley.
Presley Riddle.
Do not tell a soul. Go straight to him.
You
all
got
right?
it on the
Now
second try.
you go now.
I'm gonna go right
Go
now.
run.
All right, just gotta get my hoop and my stick.
No, you run now.
Oh,
You leave
okay.
that hoop.
Well, But
Okay, take the hoop.
Okay.
But don't roll it.
Okay.
You're going to need to carry it
Yeah,
because I don't want you to lose it.
I'll put it on my
Come
shoulder.
Presley.
Okay, here I go. And he goes running up the hill towards the church and relays to both of you, the man who bought me candy says that tonight at 7 p.m. he's going to be at Mr. Harris's library house.
All right, Presley. Go buy yourself a jawbreaker of some sort.
Ooh, all right.
I give him $1.
Whoa.
Presley has gone through a lot. The kid deserves $1.
He has gone through a lot. And he lost a little weight in his coma, so, he needs to gain that right back.
I think that child could use some sugar.
All right, so he takes the
Probably
dollar
so.
from you and just runs down the hill with his stick and hoop just flying down as well.
He's good at stick and hooping, too.
He
Oh,
is.
man. The best.
So shall we cut ahead to this evening?
Tight.
Sure.
All right, so you have 1 minute.
Yeah, it says duration. Well, it says it like this, so I'm wondering if that.
Oh,
does that
one
mean that I can
PowerPoint
use-
per minute.
Right, so I can use my
Oh.
PowerPoints to maintain.
That's a big difference.
How many points do you have?
$1 billion.
10, but I can get more. Don't worry.
Not
Okay.
for an individual casting of this spell.
Sure.
You'll have to decide before you cast if you want to deal or if you want to use your own PowerPoints. Now, you're guaranteed 10 if you want to use all of them to mind ride.
Right. I was thinking about dealing, but that is way hard.
So because we know this is pretty fast, can we express to him that he needs to get them to get to the point?
Yeah?
Question though, can I use my 10 and then deal after that
No,
to try
you would
it
have
again?
to do a second casting.
Right.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, then I'll probably
Okay.
use PowerPoints first.
Okay. So 2 problems with that. You can definitely talk to him. You don't yet know that he has no ability to affect that at all. But
he can't
second,
talk.
how
Thank you,
many?
Stephen Pope.
Stephen Pope, thank you very much for
Yeah, Stephen Pope!
How many clandestine meetings do you think that you can have with this guy in one day without
It's
someone?
a very good point. I mean, Presley's only so subtle.
Right.
Stick in the hoop. Stick in the hoop.
So that's up to you.
I guess I don't try and express anything else to him.
Okay.
Although I think hopefully we made it clear that like under no circumstances does he leave with them in possession of the word of the Bible.
You did make that clear.
Yes.
Right?
Now, whether or not he will be able to honor that end of the bargain remains to be seen.
All right.
I would probably wait. I wouldn't start like right at 7. I would probably wait until, I don't know, 5-10 minutes after or so.
They got to take roll call.
Yeah, I mean, you know.
Okay.
Present.
How are you going to know when he gets there? Are you just going to go by the
Not.
clock?
I'm going to go by the clock.
Okay.
There's no way for me. I assume there's no way for us to know. Really.
So are you two going to be in the same place when this is happening?
Probably, because I would probably be relaying the information as I get it.
Yeah,
Okay.
I think so.
Yeah.
Okay.
Maybe
Alright.
we'll hang out around the church.
Yeah.
Well, then it seems like we have a plan. And I have...
Should we be closer in town in case we need to like fucking roll in and shoot people?
It's not
Oh
my
my
plan,
God.
man.
I don't think we need to. That's not really our style.
Roll
but
in and card people.
Now,
We're all charisma.
Card
please.
people.
I have a gut roiling with Smirnoff Ice. So are we...
Oh, do you?
I do. Don't blame me.
Yeah, thanks, chat.
Also, definitely don't blame me for this. Are we ready to put this plan into action?
Yes,
Yeah.
let's do it.
Okay.
I'll use the restroom though.
Oh, okay.
I'm the last one.
Sure.
Sorry.
You're kind of a key part of the plan. So I will.
I might actually need to go to the restroom right.
Oh my God! Really?
Everybody goes down to
they-
missing time!
There's 18 minutes
Chat ice
left.
me. We can go a little late.
All right, fine. Go to the bathroom. We'll take a quick bio break.
I mean, I can't do it. Okay.
There is
go-
one
just follow
bathroom
Tyler. Follow
in
Tyler.
this new studio.
And while everyone uses the bathroom, because
What can Rosaline
we have
do?
imbibed so much liquid during this show.
It's all
We're playing this
Rosaline.
up. This is the whole thing we're playing up.
It's all
Yeah,
Rosaline.
it kind of seemed
What
like you
can
were
I-
walking a little unsteadily there, though.
That was
Nope.
all part of
I am
Just
not playing this.
part of the bit.
I'm not as drunk as I was,
Um,
but
so Rosaline,
yes.
you have a somewhat damp handkerchief. Somehow,
not
despite
as
the
damp.
fact that an entire day has passed, it still remains
Oh.
damp.
Oh.
Andrew, for all of his charm and attractiveness, is a bit of a sweater.
Well,
So I'm sorry about that.
I'm used to things like this.
So what specifically are you going to be looking out for in terms of danger signs? Like, do you guys have a plan in place if things start to go south for Mr. Bucholz?
Well, we are always, for him?
Yeah.
I mean, we're always prepared to get out of town as quickly as possible if need be.
Okay, cool. Well, we know where we stand.
We didn't really set up anything for this guy. We don't really know him. I mean, he's helped us out here.
That's true.
But there's not a lot that we can do against, I mean, we don't know how many people are going to be in there.
That's true.
So that was not something we addressed. It would be more a save ourselves sort of thing, I think, at this point.
I'm sure
No offense
Andrew would
to
expect nothing
Andrew.
less.
Yeah, well, he did walk himself into this without making any sort of plans otherwise of things.
Oh, I have plans.
He might. But
Oh, you're
not
gonna
with us.
you're gonna victim blame him here. Okay. It's not our fault.
I'm just saying we didn't make
He was
plans.
asking for it.
Sure.
We didn't
Yeah.
make plans with him
So,
at any point.
so
in time.
Andrew, when are you showing up at the house?
Um,
Early? 7 p.m. sharp?
7 p.m. sharp.
7 p.m. sharp.
On
Okay.
the nose.
What? Everything
Oh, boy.
okay, Nick?
Thank you, Dirk Portley, for the resub.
Oh,
In the bathroom.
wow. What a strange
He
coincidence.
had his phone
Isn't
in
it
one
weird
hand.
that we never see Jordan and Dirk Portley in the same room at the same
That is
time?
really weird.
Isn't
Well,
that
I've also
weird?
never seen Jordan and a ferret in the same room at the same time, and I
This
try
is
not to read
also
too much into it. Hey, are you a ferret?
Yes.
Called it.
Called it.
What?
Nailed it.
Hey, we were just talking to Dirk Portley to see who wants who he wants his.
I
piece of
wonder
personal
yeah.
gold to go to.
I wonder who Dirk Portley would like his
Dirk Portley,
to go
just
to.
send us, either whisper us or just put it in the chat.
You know what? I think I know the guy pretty well.
Yeah?
And I bet it goes to me.
Well, I can't argue with that.
Yeah.
Vampire
Science.
54.
Wow,
Thank you very much for the tip.
Thank you, Vampire 54.
Oh, somebody was upset about
The 1560.
the 60 cents.
All right, so 7 o'clock
Thank
sharp.
you so much, Vampire
That's
54.
amazing, Vampire 54. Thank you.
7 o'clock sharp, you show up at Harris's house. It's
right.
not hard to find. It is the largest house in town, to the far north of town, in the area where the rich people live. There's not a lot of houses here. There's only a couple of very rich people in town.
Have I been here before?
You have been here before. You had your first meeting with Mr. Harris in Coldwater Creek at this place, but since then you haven't been here. And everything looks pretty dark. Looks like everyone's already gone to sleep. But as you walk up to the front door, you see there is a doorman present, just kind of sitting in a chair looking bored. When he sees you walking up, he stands up
Oh,
and
hello.
says, hello, good evening, Mr. Bucholz. I'm very sorry, but Mr. Harris has retired for the evening. Perhaps you could call upon him tomorrow.
Absolutely. Well, yes, it is very, very late. I was told to come here for the sisters.
I'm sorry, I don't know what you're talking about.
I'm here for the meeting with the sisters.
Make a smarts roll for me.
God damn it! Am I saying this wrong?
Yep.
Fuck!
That was just great. You don't have to make a smarts roll. Oh, you did it.
Okay.
And you aced on a D12.
Yeah, I started D12. I'm gonna roll that
Ace on a
again.
D12 is
Wow.
Oh, yeah, that's
You
pretty
double
great.
aced on a D12.
Oh my god.
I'm not that drunk.
So you got a 26.
Oh wow,
Okay.
I'm not.
You got a 26 on your smarts roll. So I guess I can tell you that it's the daughters. You're supposed to be with the daughters. And instead, because you got such an amazing smarts roll, we'll say you are able to very, just casually play this off as some sort of goof.
Right. See, this is how I know that you are trustworthy.
What?
I'm here for the daughters.
Oh. Very good, sir.
And I said
Very
sisters.
good, sir. You
I
did.
knew it. That was
And I was,
Excellent work on your part.
because
Because they're both
almost,
female.
right.
Yeah.
But then, and I was told specifically.
Yeah. No, you are doing a bang-up job.
Thank you very much.
I would be honored. I would be honored to have you in my service, but I know I could not possibly afford
Oh,
it.
well, Mr. Harris
yes, no.
pays me a very competitive rate.
Absolutely,
Very
yes.
competitive.
Woof. Imagine if somebody had come up here saying, I'm here with the sisters, and you just let them in. It would be
I would never. I'm instructed to shoot anyone who gets. I know.
Wow.
I was like, I'm probably not supposed to shoot Mr. Bucholz. That seems like something Mr. Harris wouldn't want, but you were saying the wrong
I gotta be
things.
more careful with my goofs, huh?
I know.
All right,
I know.
yes, all right.
Did you hear that?
What?
Nothing. Just sounded like I was talking for a second.
No.
Anyways.
Not important.
Please, right this way. The library is straight ahead through the double doors. Everyone else is already assembled.
Oh, very good. All right, well, thank you.
Were you not? Do you not have your robe and your mask?
Oh, I was not assigned the robe and the mask. They told me I would pick them up here.
Oh, very, very good. You must be a trial member.
Yes.
Right this way.
All right.
By the way, thank you for the 20 bits.
Yes,
Thank you very much, Astrozombie Photography.
Photography.
So you
Photography.
are ushered through the dark foyer, past the double staircases leading up to the second floor, and through the double doors into the library. Now, the library was very different the last time you were here because it was daytime. Tonight, all of the curtains are drawn, and the library is bathed in candlelight. Candles have been lit and placed in very ornate silver candelabras all around the library. And there is a group of 6 figures in dark robes and what looks like some sort of brass mask that puts you in mind of perhaps a classical statue that are all sitting in chairs in a circle in the middle of the room. And they appear to be having a somewhat heated conversation. And they all look up when you enter the room, and it's somewhat disconcerting to see all of these robed, masked figures kind of turn to look at you all at once.
Fall into silence, and the masks go.
Yes. And here to represent those masks. So use
value.
your imagination.
They donated for this last season.
They
so-
did.
Yeah.
Yes, Mr. Bucholz, you have arrived. Everyone, Mr. Bucholz proved himself very invaluable to our cause earlier, and I believe he could be very helpful to us. I invited him here on a trial basis, and he was instructed to sit in the corner and not to speak, merely to observe. He also knows the danger involved with spreading any information about what he might see here, so I trust he will be on his best behavior. Isn't that right, Mr. Bucholz? Very good. All right, so you grab a seat in a chair in the corner.
I will do my utmost to attempt to sync up any voices I hear with familiar voices from the town.
This one's easy. This one very clearly is Mr. Driscoll.
Right, I know this one. This one's a layup.
So Driscoll, or the masked figure, turns back to the assembled group and says, I am terribly sorry for the interruption. You were saying. And turns and looks at a figure directly across the circle from him. And in their bulky robes and masks, it's very hard to get a read of their frames or even their genders.
Right.
At which point are you going to...
Probably around, I'd probably wait 10 minutes after 7 before.
It's about that long at this point.
Okay.
If you want to try and jump in. All right, so spend your points. So how many points does it cost for you to activate
Mind Rider is 3 points.
Okay, so you actually only have 7 minutes. So we'll give you 1 minute for... We'll give you 8 minutes. So
Okay.
1 minute for the first activation, and then 7 more for your remaining power points.
Okay.
So spend your points and make your roll.
7.
Which one is your spell casting die?
This one.
Okay, good, because the other one was a 1.
Yeah, I know.
That was a wild die, so.
So a 7. So that is a success, but not a success with a raise.
Alas.
So
Oh my
you
God.
are, and this is opposed, correct?
It is opposed by your spirit.
So you feel a slight tingling sensation behind your eyes all of a sudden that feels a bit unusual. It's not anything entirely out of the ordinary. It's just one of those weird like phantom sensations that people get from time to time.
Okay.
But you suspect, due to what you know about the setup, that there might be something to this.
Got it.
Are you going to resist this at
No.
all? Then we will give you that for free.
Yay.
So you suddenly have, you feel the very distant pain of a pounding headache.
Yes. At 7 p.m.
And you, and you feel your eyes kind of adjusting a bit to the sudden darkness, but you feel your consciousness being dragged away and into that of Andrew Bucholz's. You can now see what he sees, hear what he hears, feel what he feels, smell what he smells, taste what he tastes, and ESP what he ESPs.
He is fighting the DTs right now. So
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
it's been a while. He wanted to have his wits about him, but that's a tough one.
So not Driscoll has turned to
No
another
hair of the
figure.
dog going on right now.
No hair of the dog. No,
Trying
not
to
today.
keep it straight and narrow. Has turned to
yeah.
another figure across the row from him, and said, "I'm very sorry. You were saying." And the other figure pipes up and says, "Well, yeah, okay. So, like, I didn't think when we started this group that we were gonna do anything to hurt anybody. All right. Now, I'm not interested in hurting someone, or even, especially not killing anybody. I just want to see them exposed for who they are." And driven away. And another person right next to him says, "Yes, that's right.
Fucking shit.
We're not here to perpetrate
These assholes.
any kind of violence. All right, the purpose of our forming this group
Motherfuckers.
was to exhort the people of Coldwater Creek to think for themselves
It's Archie and the professor.
and to see what it is that it is being pulled over their eyes."
Not under the roof.
And then this is back to Driscoll. I very much understand your point, but I think we have progressed a bit further than the initial scope of your forming of this group contains. Wouldn't you say so? Looking to a person to his right. Yes. Yeah, I very much think that perhaps the preacher and his associates are going to require a firmer hand. They have proven more resilient than we had even initially guessed, and with the aid of Mr. Bucholz here, and at this point gestures over to you,
Maybe it's Harris.
we had hoped to expose the preacher in front of the town, and I do think that our local politician has done a little bit to hurt the cause of the preacher and his friends, but I doubt very much that it's the nail in the coffin we were hoping for. I think at this point, if we wish to cement our control over the town, that more drastic measures are required. And at this point, someone across the...
Do we recognize this voice? Is it
do you? It does sound like Mr. Harris. You've only interacted
you're
with
right.
him once. To you, it is very clearly Mr. Harris.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
I don't.
That's what I know.
I don't know. I'm with these two. I think I just wanted to let people see that they are not the people they present themselves to be. They are not good people. They are not
Might be
responsible
Jeffrey.
people. And I thought that my performance with Mr. Bucholz in the town square would be
It's
enough to turn
This piece of shit.
the population against them.
You know what? Whatever. There's a risk when you rent a mule.
Right, yes.
But
And we got
this
Canary back to him. Fucking bullshit.
this is too far. You know, the Scions of Athena were founded because we believe that knowledge is the way to the future, and it is the right.
They're the signs of Athena.
It is the right of every single person in the town that they be fully aware of everything that is happening and have the ability to make their own decisions, free of the meddling influence of charlatans and their words and their excuses. So but I don't think we need to go anywhere near as far as hurting someone. That is not what we're about. And the other two who had already spoken are nodding in agreement.
Many don't seem to want to hurt people or kill. Except for Driscoll.
And the two you've identified as Driscoll and Harris turn to the one who hasn't spoken yet, and say, "Well, you've made your opinions clear. This is what has kept us at a bit of an impasse here. What do you think? You've been very quiet." Well, I think that you both raised some interesting points. And I don't exactly condone the attacking and willful murder, I believe is what you're calling for,
That's the marshal.
of any of the people in this
It
town.
might be the
I bet it's the
marshal.
fucking marshal.
Now,
Of course it's
Piece
the
of
fucking
shit.
marshal.
you all
It's an
know
arsehole.
better than most how much I myself have suffered at the hands of the preacher and his friends.
This son of a bitch.
But we got something on him.
But I think that you just showed your hand a bit here. I don't remember any of us ever talking about control of the town or needing to cement any something as that. Now, you've got this puppet politician that you pulled in from Denver.
Love
Yeah,
that.
it's the marshal. But
Clearly.
and we all went along with it because you promised he was a slick talker just as much as the preacher, maybe even a little bit more, and that he could show him up in front of people. But I think your motives go a little bit deeper than this. I think you want something a little bit more, and I think this little puppet politician here, this little kept man, this pet, no offense, I think you aim to enrich your own pockets here more than anything else. In fact, I'd go so far as to venture that perhaps you've taken advantage of our little society here to your own needs. At this point, something in one of their pockets starts to beep.
What?
And one of them just kind of like pats
Professor.
his robes and pulls out some sort of strange box with a bunch of like levers and wires sticking out of it and things that are just sort of bobbing up and down. And he says, hold on a second. Something, hold on. My device is picking up some sort of arcane presence here in the room with us. Gentlemen,
I will
did any of you
exit. Well, I'll wait.
Did any of you touch anything today? You know the rules. Any day before we have a meeting, we all know better than to touch. We don't know the full extent of the witch's capabilities, but we do know that we can't touch anything without fear of being observed. That's right. Yeah, I didn't touch anything. You know, I kept my hands in my pockets. You did all day today as well, Prof. I mean, you did too. Nobody. Sorry, but yeah. Did any of you touch anything? And they all kind of like go around in circles and shrug. And then all at once, they turn and look at you. And one of them stands up, the one you identify as Driscoll, and says, "Now, Mr. Bucholz, I'm going to rescind my caution that you not speak and allow you to do so. Have you had any contact today with the preacher or with any one of his associates?" And they all just kind of stare at you intently.
I mean, I did get the Bible. Do you think they...
Yes, but I have that in my possession still, and he pulls it out from inside of his robe.
Yes. Is it possible
She
to...
would need this.
She would need the Bible?
Yes. Because both you and I have touched it now. I need you to be straight with me.
Yeah.
Have you had any interaction today with the preacher or his witch?
I spoke to the preacher yesterday after the at the debate. I did not see or talk to the preacher today.
Make a persuade roll for me. At a -2.
While this is happening, can I tell what the device, I want, does it seem to be reading, proximity?
You can't tell. All you can tell is that it is beeping loudly and regularly.
I'm very
Should you fucking bail?
right. I'm ready to bail as soon as I need to.
Okay, well, you're running low on
Right.
your mental energies anyways.
But I'm trying to get as much information as I may need as possible.
All right. Persuade.
Wow.
6 aced.
Gravity dice.
Yeah, persuasion.
Another 6.
This aces all the time.
I know. It's magical.
Well, it's like
This is the opposite of
It's
what
like
happens
Jordan.
during
I
the
know, it's
extra
like
life.
one of his dice.
Okay.
so
12.
that's 13.
13
And then
plus
you get
6.
plus 6.
Plus 6 is 19.
Minus 2.
Very
Minus 2 is
persuasive.
Which is
17.
17. Okay, now
So does he succeed?
I am going to oppose this
With
by the
shit.
collective smarts of the group,
Oh,
which
can I-
I am going to represent with this D12.
Can I throw this on top of it as well? This is an
Sure,
additional
go for it,
D6?
go for it.
Okay. Yeah.
So add a D6 to it. I'll
you
keep
go.
this.
Yay!
It is.
It keeps acing.
Do I ace it?
Dice is loaded.
Another ace.
That's another ace. That's another ace.
Okay.
Oh!
So 15.
15
on
plus
top of
17,
the-
so at 32.
beat that.
All
You're
together.
Fucking 12.
Well, I don't know. All I have is all these fate chips and Spanish gold.
We're all at 30. What? 32.
32.
So
All that.
you say that, and there's just sort of a silence as all of them just sort of regard you.
It's honestly
Right.
the most persuasive thing any of them have ever heard.
God. Wow. Ha! That's a 1.
It is.
1 and a 4.
I'm gonna re-roll with a piece of cursed Spanish gold.
Do it.
Fair enough.
All right.
It's still just a 7.
That's
7?
true.
Oh, quaint.
I'm gonna throw a D6 on there though.
Do it. Have a good time.
It's only at 5.
A 5. Wow, that's fun. That's a nice little addition.
And then guys, I'm gonna throw another D6 on there.
Oh boy.
Oh, yeah?
You can do it like that. It's just a 3.
And then guys,
Oh boy. There's
I'm gonna throw
more.
another D6
Yeah,
on
keep
there.
it going.
My handkerchief, no!
That's gross. 3. Wow, is that beat 36?
And then guys, I'm gonna re-roll with a cursed Spanish gold.
Oh boy. Sweating bullets in here. Oh, that's.
And then guys,
worse
idiots.
instead.
I'm gonna re-roll with a fate chip because that's a critical fail.
It is a crit fail. Well,
Oh,
there's a
there's one.
Jordan ace.
Okay, so hold on. That's 11, 15, 16, 18. And then guys, I'm gonna
That's
re-roll
probably-
with
that's
a piece
probably
of cursed Spanish gold.
That works, right? Like, 18's pretty good. That'll do it.
Only 1.
Very high.
16, 22, 25.
25. You know what's cool about that 6 on that D12?
It would have been an ace if it was a
would've been an
D6.
ace if it was D6.
But I'm gonna re-roll with another piece of cursed Spanish gold.
Our chickens have come to roost. Is that how they say it? The hens?
And then guys, I'm gonna re-roll with another
Oh,
piece of
God
cursed Spanish
damn it.
gold.
What
That
comes to
7 would have
roost?
been an ace on a D7.
Oof.
And then guys, I'm gonna re-roll with another piece of cursed Spanish gold.
Yikes.
Chad,
All right.
this is now an emptying of my coffers. They have been feeding me cursed Spanish gold all evening. Don't
Cannot
worry,
defeat
I've got another
Andrew
one.
Bucholz.
Do you get a lawn? 'Cause
I'm a
I
master
get a
of
lawn.
I don't get a lawn. I'm just the marshal.
Oh man.
That's the worst roll
I
yet.
guess I'm gonna have to use another piece of cursed
Oh
Spanish gold.
my God.
He's just dumping out the piggy bank. Oh,
There's a 6.
there's
It doesn't
a
matter. You
So
don't have
3,
enough.
5, 6, 12,
No.
Oh.
18,
Oh.
22. Don't worry, guys. I'm gonna re-roll using a piece of cursed Spanish gold.
Ha.
What is
Don't worry,
happening?
guys.
Roll, period.
I'm gonna re-roll with a fate chip.
Oh my God.
This is my final re-roll.
Wow, you really
Man,
want to win this.
He wants this. You can't contain the Bucholz. You can't contain him. Oh.
Wait, that's a 10. Okay, that's
Okay.
It's a 10. It's okay. It's
Hey,
okay.
you know what?
A 22 was the highest roll.
Hey,
Oh.
hey, you know what?
What?
I can toss you a fate chip.
Are you sure you want to do that?
No,
I can't comment bond with me.
I can give you a. I can
can't
normally
comment
give
bond
other.
with me.
I can give common bond. I can give other PCs.
I am
fate
not
chips.
a
I'm
posse
giving it to
member.
him.
All right. Well, he's convinced me.
Other experience.
Well, if it wasn't one of us and it wasn't Mr. Bucholz, well, then what is happening? Are we in some sort of danger? And the other one with the beeping box. So I don't know. I don't know. I think just to be safe. Wait. Hold on. and he kind of holds it up, and it starts beeping.
As he gets closer,
As he gets closer to Bucholz, it starts to beep a tiny bit faster, and you bail out?
Yeah.
All right, and everything goes dark for you. So we don't see what happens next. But what you do know is that Andrew Bucholz never returns to you.
No!
Oh, shit. Wait, but what do you mean never return?
He doesn't
Never
come back
see him
that
again?
night. He
They
doesn't
fucking
come.
murdered this guy?
He doesn't come back that
But we
night.
didn't have a plan to necessarily meet, like, after that.
Would
that's
you
not
like to
necessarily
deal to
unusual.
try and see if you can
I would
mind ride
wait
him?
for, like, I don't know, 20 minutes or
Sure.
so.
Wait 20 minutes, and then why don't you make a deal? Because you are thoroughly exhausted, but perhaps you can draw upon the energies of the hunting
Oh my
ground.
god, it's been so long since I've done this. Okay, so I'm going to deal. Don't I have something extra now, or am I making that up?
You just have an extra card because you have an
I'm
extra
gonna
point of
deal
grit.
6,
7.
7.
Yeah.
But I only use 5.
Yeah.
This is
So you're gonna
where
deal
I
yourself
get
7
real
cards and make the
confused.
best hand of 5.
Okay, I've been like.
Oh boy.
We can do this.
All right. So
Wait, I'm trying to get. I need to say how many.
you're
Am I just
trying to
get
cast.
3?
You're trying to cast Mind Rider. You're trying to get 3. 3 power points is what you need. So you need at least
Just hear all this gross shit.
Pair.
Oh,
I need
yeah.
a pair
Yeah, I'll
at
take that.
least.
a pair. Jacks are better.
Okay, so
King.
7.
5. 4. Jack. Ace.
Oh, come on.
Ace.
Oh, there you
pair
go.
aces.
Ace.
Oh my God! Fine.
3 of a kind with
of
a
a kind.
jack and a
That
king.
is 5 power points.
3 of a kind is 5 power points. So you could maintain this for 3 minutes altogether.
Okay.
So you wait 20 minutes.
Take that, Minitu.
It's a nervous 20 minutes.
Yeah.
And then you guys just kind of sit there like just wondering what was going on. And then you feel your consciousness seek out again for Andrew Bucholz as you hold the slightly damp handkerchief that still won't dry.
I need to roll.
It's almost weird.
Gross.
No.
I don't remember.
I assume he's not going to resist, so
Okay.
you don't need
Right.
to roll for this.
Okay.
Your mind goes casting out, and you see nothing, just darkness. Your head still hurts, and
Stop
you
drinking
feel
so much.
you feel like everything's just kind of shaking, and everything sounds muffled, and you hear, "We can't be sure. The only variable, the only changed variable is this man. All right, then we have no choice. Everyone, activate." And you hear some sort of strange whirring noise that follows a click that seems to be building in intensity, like a... And then you feel
Something's wrong.
an intense electricity goes surging through you that ejects you violently back into your body at the church. And everything goes black. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is where we will leave everything
Black for
this
me?
evening. No, black for him before you get ejected. Something has happened to Andrew Bucholz, but you don't
Fucking
know
Archie
what.
and the Professor. I hate
don't
those
know what
guys.
happened.
So thank you very much, guys. You guys unlocked Mad Scions, so you equipped them with several more bits of new technology
Oh, you bastards!
than they would have otherwise had. It looks like Archie and the Professor
Motherfuckers.
have done some work making sure the Scions of Athena have all of the equipment they need
Mad
to accomplish
Scions.
what they need.
Mad
You get it?
Scions.
You guys also unlocked Divine Intervention. Now, that didn't come into play this session because it never was going to, but it might come into play
Oh.
in a future session. I guess you'll just have to keep watching
Great.
and see what
I
happens.
hope
But
it's good.
guys,
For us.
thank you so much for your very generous
Yes!
tips tonight. You guys were amazing. I hope that us getting a little bit silly because of all of the VSOP
What are you talking
and
about?
Smirnoff ices
Ow.
and
Yeah.
Heidelbeers
Smirnoff
that we consumed was entertaining to you.
I only took 2 shots, 2 beers, and a Smirnoff Ice.
That's it.
3 shots.
Yeah,
wasn't
same
it?
with me.
3
actually.
shots, you're right.
3.
Oh yeah, we did do 3 shots, but those were the first
4.
2 were very big shots.
But
The
guys,
first was big, and the next 2 were small.
don't worry, we're fine. And thank you very much for being
Denny's.
here and watching.
going to Denny's.
Thank you guys for being here and playing, and thank you, Nick, for running everything behind the
Yes,
scenes.
Thank you.
Tune in next week, Friday, at 8 p.m. Pacific time for the season finale of Wildcards.
I'll be watching.
I don't know what's gonna happen, but it's probably gonna be crazy. Tyler, thank
Yeah.
you very much for honoring us with
Thank
your
you,
presence
guys.
tonight.
Thank you, Tyler.
It was
Andrew
fun.
Bucholz was a lot of fun. I hope he's still alive.
We'll see.
Thank you guys for being. Does anyone have anything that they would like to promote before we head out?
Well,
We'll start with Tyler.
Tomorrow night, Tempting Fate is going to be on.
On Sunday night.
2 nights from now, Tempting Fate is going to be on.
5 p.m. Pacific time.
Yeah, 5 p.m. Pacific time. I have nothing else to promote. I love you guys.
All right. Well, we love you, Tyler. I know that wasn't directed at us.
Yeah.
But I'm going to take it.
Intercepted high five.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Jordan.
Hi, I'm Jordan Pridgeon. You can follow me on Twitter at Jordan Pigeon. Also, check out the podcast I'm part of, This American Lie. We've got a new episode coming up
Listen
soon.
to that. Are you on Google
it's
Play?
on Tweetor.
Yeah, I don't know about Google Play, but if you search us on Facebook, you can find information about where to find us. We're on iTunes and
how
stuff
are
like
you
that.
distributing it? This American Lie.
It's on iTunes, but it's also
iTunes.
on like Feedburner and stuff like that.
If it's on iTunes, it's probably on most,
Get it on,
like,
like-
maybe not Google Play, but probably most other.
Podcast
Sure,
addict.
places where podcasts are distributed.
Yeah.
Okay.
We're out there.
I'll check it out. I'm sorry I haven't listened to it yet. I
That's
feel
okay.
so terrible.
That is fine.
Yeah.
And I know we're recording a new episode this Tuesday, so that means we will probably be releasing a new episode also pretty soon. And I'm hosting the next episode, I think. So, and last episode we did was pretty fun. But you can also check, if you're in the Los Angeles area, my sketch group, The Money Pit, which you can also, follow on Instagram and things like that. We'll also be performing the third Saturday of every month at the Nerdist School on Sunset. So come check us out if you're in the area. If you're not, follow us on Instagram and stuff like that. Yeah, and that's it.
All right.
Cool.
Megan?
Yes, you can follow me at Twitter at Meghan Caves, and my name should be spelled correctly right down here somewhere. And Jordan and Gaurav and I have a podcast called Experience Pointers. We talk about GM stuff.
It's really good, guys. It's really good.
Yay! You can find us on Twitter at EXPPointersPod. You can find Jordan and I on Mondays at 4 with our couples therapy, in which we play video games here on the channel, 4 p.m. Yeah, I think that's it. You can tell everybody of our Twitter handles.
Yes, yeah. So all of us have Twitter handles for Wildcards. I am at Wildcards_GM. Megan is at Wildcards_Meg. Jordan is at Wildcards_JP. Dom is at Wildcards_Dom. And Gaurav is at Wildcards_GXG. Those are our characters' Twitter accounts. We do some between session RP. I have been falling down lately about compiling those. I'm going to do that this week and compile into moments some of the RPs that have been happening in weeks previous. But you can definitely give us a follow there. Also, guys, we have Tempting Fate on Sunday. On Monday, we have a new episode of Black Bag Detectives, our Fate Call of Cthulhu-esque show that takes place in the 70s.
1977, I do believe.
8 p.m. Pacific time on Monday night with GM Wes Otis. On Tuesday, we have Disorganized Play, and I think Tom Mommel's going to be deconstructing everything that happened at Gamehole Con. On Tuesday night, we have Uncanny Valley, which is our Chronicles of Darkness game. That happens at 7:30 Pacific time with GM Stephen Pope. On Wednesday, we have Iron Keep Chronicles. I don't know if we're going to have proficiency check this week, so I won't announce it.
Yeah,
but
I'm
Iron
not
Keep
sure.
Chronicles, which is our D&D 5e show with GM Tom Lommel. Megan's on that show
I'll
as
be there.
well. So is
Woo!
Gaurav. That
Yes,
happens
Gaurav
8
will be
p.m.
there.
Pacific time. Thursday, we have Crit Juice with America's GM David Crennan. And they get even drunker than we just got a little bit
We didn't get
tipsy
that drunk.
tonight.
Right.
They
They
get
get
smashed.
drunk, yeah.
And that's going to be at,
One day we'll outdo them. It'll
right.
be great.
Right?
Yeah,
Oh,
we'll
man.
Plan it.
not
We'll
this
plan it.
season though.
Yeah.
That's going to be at 8 p.m. on Thursday, and then we are 8 p.m. on Friday with our season finale of Wildcards. Also, guys, make sure tomorrow we will be hosting, but you can watch the stream on Wizards Twitch channel, which is
This is
I believe
Twitch.
twitch.tv/DND.
Yeah.
It's going to be an all-star game of D&D live streamed from Gamehole Con. That's going to be with Tom Lommel, Gaurav Gulati, our very own here from
Yeah.
Saving Throw. Also, Chris Perkins, Patrick Rothfuss,
Woo!
Aaron Evans,
Woo!
Ed Greenwood, the creator of the Forgotten Realms, and
Not the Radiohead guy.
One other person.
and also, hold on.
Who's the other person?
No, I had it. I was on a
I can
roll.
find it.
No,
I
no,
can
no.
find it.
No, one other all-star person. What's
One
happening
other
to my brain?
person.
Vin Diesel.
No, John Kovalik. John Kovalik.
I mean,
Better
I
than Vin Diesel.
That's
Fuck
at
Vin Diesel.
4 our time Pacific, right?
I believe.
it's
Yeah,
4
we've
p.m.
posted on
Pacific.
our
Check it
social
out.
media.
It'll go out again on tomorrow morning.
And we'll send another reminder out tomorrow, but you guys should definitely check that out. It promises to be an amazing game. It should be a lot of fun. And somehow Gaurav conned his way into a seat on that stage. I have no idea
Get
how.
your quirks up in the chat, guys, because fucking Gaurav is going to need your help. Not that he needs your help, but it is so cool.
but he's gonna need it.
Somehow Gaurav, not his character, can cast Wish and manage to end up on that stage as well. So it should be a lot of fun.
It's
you guys should check it
deserved.
out.
Be like,
Gaurav
my
is-
character's name is Kavoth.
Right.
I am a king killer.
Oh, Jesus.
It's going to be really cool. So check that out, guys. That should be a lot of fun. And I guess that's it for us tonight. Thank you very much to Nick for running things again.
Thank you.
Thank you to all of you. We do the show for you. We would do it if no one was there, but it's so much better to know that someone is
Right.
there, and hopefully you're enjoying what we're doing.
love
So
y'all.
thank you guys, and we
too.
will leave you with some finger guns.
This time, I've got really heavy firing handguns.